cook. Oh wait, who's our chef?
Callius, he's in the
Callius.
kitchen. He's the
tiefling. We have a really rambunctious group of people.
Hey,
Usually
Mr.
after we throw
Hallius.
all the halflings out,
Put
right?
chili powder in the drink mix. Are we in control of our characters right now? Or is that just
Yep.
me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can control.
I don't know.
We don't have
popped up a minute
chickens.
ago.
Should be able to. I got disconnected from the board for a sec.
Oh, okay.
It seems to be back. I see you guys moving.
I'm still waiting on the GM.
We got some new models.
Hang on. Fetch.
I look fancy now.
I like that you also took some
just
Waterdeep
rejoin?
colors.
I always have been though, so it's.
Let me
still
try
a thing. Here, let me show you the old
rejoining.
model. Oh, well.
Sorry, one sec.
Let me just retract.
show off my cool hair.
Come on.
I do
underwater?
dig the new purple outfits though.
My old outfit was purple, technically.
Yeah.
Got to be
It's
thematic
royalty,
with the
right?
city now that we're the heroes and we're on a city sanctioned mission.
And I'm trying to become a open
Mass Lord.
Mass Lord. I can never remember its I always think of Open Lord.
Yeah. Well, there's
Which
now I
wouldn't mind
only
that
see
either.
Tick.
Aladar wouldn't mind being Open Lord. But he wouldn't want to
I
take
think
her
Aladar
spot.
would want to be Open Lord because you'd want everyone to know that you are a
Exactly.
Lord of Waterdeep, and
Yeah.
that's the only way
Yeah.
people will know that you are.
I think
That's
everybody
his
else needs to
dream
leave and rejoin because now I only see Tick in the game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
The main.
Main character syndrome, go.
Aladar? Oh, absolutely.
No, I was talking about since I'm the only one Kai can see. But yes, actually.
No, Aladar is 1,000% the main character. Yeah, see, here was his
The
old
show
outfit.
is named after him.
Yeah.
And no one fought me on it. That's my favorite part. I have negative hit points. That's weird.
The building
What?
is named after me,
Oh,
so I'm content.
I have 26 hit points.
Is it your morph? Probably.
Yeah, wait.
It
The
changed
morph
my
shouldn't change your hit points.
Oh, okay.
Shouldn't.
No.
Okay, let me put it back to
Old credit?
45. That's weird.
Yeah.
Battle credit. Talking
Okay,
credit.
yeah, you look fancy. I mean, Aladar is always going to have DOS loot out now because if I cast Charm Person, I have advantage on it.
Ooh.
Which means I can actually use it in combat.
Dude, the one shoulder cape. Love it.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
I usually don't like capes.
Very
I'm
swanky.
a big anti-cape person.
No
but
capes.
Aladar would be all about capes because he's fancy.
Now. Wait, does Tick have a cape? I feel like almost
No, he's
everybody
got
in the group has a
backpack,
cape
I
now.
think. Is Tick upstairs? Or is he downstairs?
Tick's in his workshop.
Let's close that. We don't need to talk about it.
He's in the dungeon.
Slam.
Been throwing
Can't-
it
I
down
was
there
actually
for
going-
weeks.
I was actually going through, like, updating this character sheet, and I was just like, let's look it down here. And then I have, like, a separate page just for shit in Tick's workshop.
Yeah.
Like, at this point,
The
I
vault.
might be a loot goblin to be slain by an, opposing
Close
party.
enough. Luke
I have a
Kobold.
bag of holding and a portable hole.
I give you the portable hole back because I think I borrowed the portable hole from you.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
see. Let me
Yeah,
tell you what's in
it's-
it right now, just so you can add that to that. Hold on a second.
Okay, you know what? Don't tell me. Just type it in the fucking
Nope,
general
tell
chat.
him. He's got 2 monitors now. He can make it work.
I have a monitor and a quarter.
Hey, man.
No, I have emptied the only thing I was keeping in the portable hole was were the explosives, and those are out now. So I just give you an empty portable hole back. So whatever you had in the portable hole, it's fine. I'm taking it out of my inventory right now.
Okay. So basically, like, you dumped out the portable hole in my workshop, so it is twice as messy as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I'll put all the other shit back into the portable hole, including 4 tents, 10 bars of soap, 3 shovels, 3
Yeah, I don't know why
ropes,
you have all that.
24 rations, 2 iron pots, 3 poles, 3 miner's
and your
picks,
Book and
29
rope.
sheets of paper, chain shirt, an empty holy water flask, 29 separate.
Does that just
looted
make it a
rations.
regular flask?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah, I
going
guess
to
we
grab
can
a different drink. I'll be right back.
go for it.
What can
I
I
have a
do?
whole- I have a
Is
holy
there a
flask full
magical
of
item called a label maker? I wish to label things.
I don't know.
You know, it's really nice having the D&D be fun because type
You know that beer I bought at
into the inventory.
Yeah.
The only thing is like some things are labeled weird. Like I typed in flying clothes and it couldn't find it, and then I typed in clothes and it's clothes, comma fine.
Yeah. It's like if it doesn't
Yeah,
literally.
their search is not right.
I also couldn't figure out a way to achieve the same like custom crit rolls that we do, or like toggle advantage or things like that.
Oh shit, you're right. I think there is a way to do it though, because you turn on like. I wonder how you do.
I couldn't figure out how to set up like a specific rule for it. It was like if you want to add a subclass or something.
What would
but-
we do for crits? Should we just go back to the old way then? I hold on. Here's an easy way. I'll just do
No,
an
just-
attack until I get a crit, and we'll see what happens. Oh, because it doesn't
Alright.
roll the damage, does it?
It'll.
Just-
I'm guessing it should roll the damage. If it doesn't, either way. If it does or it doesn't, just ignore the crit dice and just add whatever the
Just roll it
the
manually
max
at that
extra
point.
damage should be.
Oh yeah, Bask is dead, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What do I
Yeah.
do with her shit?
Has been for a while.
I think Krennet
I
buried
have an
most of it.
antique dwarven rug that's Bask's and a mummified minotaur's great
Oh, I
axe.
took that rug. That rug is already gone.
Okay.
That rug gone?
I took.
What about-
What we came back up and Bask sold that shit.
Okay, so you sold those two things?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'm catching up.
Yeah.
Um,
And then Bask died on the second trip now.
But she's not far. We can visit her.
There's no time. We have a whole day of drinking.
It's all the way across town.
Actually, I've been
Um,
meaning to tell you I dug up Bask.
Jesus
I
Christ.
needed a body for something.
no.
It's part
Don't
of
ask any
Butterfoot's,
questions.
act now.
I had to drive my wagon across town, and I didn't want to not take the carpool lane.
Jeez.
But since like Bask is in a mask, nobody can really tell.
Yeah,
So
it's just like, what's that smell?
just weekend at Bernie, sir.
yeah.
Weekend at Bask.
Kai, the accounting for what I posted on Discord
hmm
may be off depending on how you rule if Ham can still get access to his Sword Coast funds, because he might be able to buy his own equipment if he can.
Yeah.
If not, I could pitch in some not
Yeah.
bad frugal.
Yeah, so I took all of my inventory out of my character sheet, except for the deposit slip for 9,000 gold, because I wasn't sure if I would still be able to access that or not.
I get a lot
Yeah.
of gold.
Yeah, I
He
think
didn't spend very much.
I think the Open Lord would have vouched for.
yeah. With your guys' reputation, the Lord's Alliance, or someone could pull some strings and
All right, then I will
Hell
add
yeah.
Get you
1,000 gold back into my
reconnected to your
inventory.
account. Yeah.
But is everything
So,
else would maybe
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
you just
supposed
pulled
to-
those numbers off of the Discerning
Merchants
page,
guide,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, then I
Yep.
will update my inventory in this very moment.
Yeah,
to add
'cause,
my
yeah, we
actual
don't need to
investment.
actually go.
Character sheet. I have 68 gold on me.
All right.
Yeah, if there was anything that you wanted to go shopping for, because we're pretty much just gonna pick up like right when you guys get back, and we'll just skip over actually hitting the market, and
Yeah.
you can
Yeah, I'll
just grab anything that's not
Oh, we're not starting our first session back with a shopping session.
not a
doing
super rare thing.
spells now. Then I'll do equipment after that and just send you the list, I guess.
Eldritch Fighter is really cool. Like Arcane Trickster, I think is kind of boring, but Eldritch Knight I think is.
I'm hoping that I can make some good use out of this Shadow Blade. It's super cool because with finesse weapons, like you're kind of limited on what you can use, and
Yep.
the rapier is just straight up the best thing to use.
Yeah.
Yep.
However, Shadowblade is a finesse weapon, and it does 2d8 psychic damage, which is a
Wow.
lot.
But you do have the Gauntlets of Ogre power. Oh, wait,
Not
those got
anymore.
No.
destroyed. Damn it.
He could probably buy more, but
Yeah,
I
they
could
weren't
buy
that
'em.
expensive. Basque was able to buy it, so
yeah, they're not
That's
too
true.
spendy. But still,
But
Basque
it's
was
still like
poor.
the whole
I
idea
like.
was to be a dex fighter,
Yeah,
which is
I do like
probably not
thematically
optimal.
having him come back with some like new special powers.
The only downside is its concentration.
He's just that char guy.
Oh.
Mm.
But I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see
I
if it
mean,
works.
Yep.
I'm taking what is it called, Warcaster, so I have
Oh, okay.
advantage on those
Yeah.
rolls.
Yeah, it probably won't be a huge issue because
But you
Warcaster
always have an
plus.
actual weapon on you too, so
Yeah, I'll have actual weapons as well. I just want
You're
to
taking
be able to
Warcaster?
use this. Yeah,
For
I need
what?
to be able to
He
maintain
has come back
concentration while I'm in the
as
middle of fighting everyone.
He's an Eldritch Knight now.
So your weapon requires concentration.
It does.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. I did not know that part.
It looks like Ham's token doesn't have its stats all got reset.
'cause he died.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get
fill
to
those
those
in at
Oh
some
soon.
point.
shit! I gotta update mine.
Nice armor class of 14. Pretty good. Yeah, mine seems pretty accurate. That 20 charisma.
Jeez.
Fuck off! I'm the coolest guy in the room.
You certainly look it.
I could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman with white gloves. Only a bunch of nerds would sit around a table and think charisma is a magical power. Know what the line is? God, what is it?
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty close. That rings a bell.
Let's see. And
Oh, well.
we are good. All right.
Only a game designed by nerds would have a charisma as a fantasy power.
Yeah.
What about intelligence?
So, okay, Warcaster lets you make opportunity attacks with spells.
Yeah, as well.
Is it any? It's like any spell that targets only that creature. So,
Yeah.
ranged
that.
spells, anything.
Yeah.
That
Well,
I mean,
ranged
you
would be
still have
fired
to
at
use.
disadvantage, so you have to be careful.
Oh, true.
Is it? Oh, because they're in melee.
Yeah, if it's a
Everything's
ranged
five.
ability. But I mean, you can either smack him with your pinky toe or shoot a firebolt at him.
Well-
Maybe the disadvantage is worth it.
So hold on. It says make an opportunity
Still have to
attack.
trigger a
Cast a
reaction.
spell that has a casting time of 1 action and targets only that creature. Okay, so I can't use ones that have a bonus action. Oh wait, but okay, Booming Blade is 1 action. That sounds awesome
Yeah.
because that's a melee
Oh,
attack
Booming Blade?
as
Yeah,
a spell,
that's a 10
and
out
it
of 10.
prevents them from moving.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that combo right there is fucking
It is a
chef's kiss.
great fucking cantrip. Green
Oh, wait,
Flame
it
Blade
doesn't
is also a
stop
really good
them from
cantrip.
moving; they just take damage.
Yeah,
right?
damage. So they're disincentivized.
Sweet. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's see, one more spell. What am I
Actually, I think it's
taking?
kind of a damned if you do, because like if you hit them, they're already moving, which means they'll take that damage anyways. So
It's well, they would have moved 5 feet at that point, but then they got hit, so they would have to move 5 feet more, I think,
Oh,
to take
okay.
the damage.
They can choose
Yeah.
to stop if they want. If you can get Green Flame Blade, that's also a really good one.
it's very
Is-
situational.
I'm not sure if you get it.
Requires
Do you know
you
what
to have
level
another
that
Well,
is?
enemy
it's
next
Oh,
to you.
it's
it
a
does.
it's
a
it's your
cantrip.
AOE melee.
I was going to take
it's like-
Firebolt, but that might be good too.
It's like, hey, having a ranged ability like Firebolt is really good. But
it is. That's
you
the
know,
thing
if
that
you're a-
Ham was sort of missing before. I didn't really
Yeah.
have good range, but with Firebolt, I definitely have some nice range and
Mhm.
But we do
Magic
have a pretty
I like
missile.
Green Flame Blade.
range-heavy team. So,
Mhm.
if you wanted to go all in on melee, you'd be
Yeah,
fine.
because Green Flame Blade helps out if you're surrounded by a bunch of chaff,
Yeah.
like a bunch of goblins or whatever. Then it's just like, oh, I don't have to worry. I can just start hacking away and hitting everybody.
Does anybody want my wand of web?
Well,
Otherwise, I will
Tick does
sell
have
it.
a bag of holding and a portable hole.
Yeah, but you
Feel
should.
free to-
If you want the ability to provide some, what do they call it, area of effect spells without actually
Support.
expending a spell slot, this could be useful.
But it requires
I mean,
attunements. That's the downside.
it does require attunement.
Ah, I can't.
Um,
I can't. I already
okay.
have a flamethrower that's taking that last attunement slot. And
I will
kinda
sell
live
it
by
if
that.
nobody can.
I can attune
think-
to it, but I don't see myself using it very often.
Okay, Kai, how much would a wand of web sell for?
Oh man.
It would. I don't. Is it just straight up what the price is on discerning merchants?
I can't
Does it
imagine
have
they'd
all
buy
of
back
its
for full price.
It
Yeah.
would by the time I was selling it. Yeah.
So
I
it
think I
has
gotta
all of its
skip
charges.
Green Flame Blade because it deals
Yeah, that's
damage equal to my spellcasting ability modifier, which is -1. So that's not great. It does deal more
Spellcasting-
with more levels, but still,
Never mind then.
Probably
Take the
not.
ranged attack.
Yeah, take Firebolt that
Yeah.
doesn't require actual points of intelligence.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Kai,
another
I have
change
a
for
I have a
credit.
different question. Since I'm now a chef and I can cook food on short and long rests, can I use the pyro converger to cook?
Is that the flamethrower?
That's like the flamethrower thing.
I'm not
Yes.
eating anything he's cooking.
I mean,
I'm not
It's
saying
probably not
I
gonna turn out
fire
great.
it. I'm not saying I fire it at full throttle. I'm just
Couldn't you just
He,
make
he
a
gets the
fire?
attachment so he can set it like up, perpendicular to the floor, and you can set a
Uh-huh.
walk on top of it.
Uh-huh. You might have to make some modifications. I don't know. Unless you're just
Well,
gonna
well,
like
I
sear
am
the
the
shit out
perfect
of
class
something.
for that.
Why do you collect a million things, but then you're like, I want to make this one thing do everything?
Because he's an artificer and it's an awesome flamethrower.
Kai,
And
is
it's
that
thick.
200? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, because I mean, most used gear wouldn't sell for
Sell for half?
its buy price, but then there's nothing like wrong with the wand. Like it's
But also,
In
they're a
mint
business.
condition,
they
effectively?
gotta make a profit. They're not gonna
They
pay
do.
full price to sell it for full.
yeah.
So
So
it's
it's
250 in
supposed
the
to be
guide.
250. So knock
200?
knock 50 off of that. Yeah.
Okay,
so
200 gold.
you
All
have
right, I'm
200
getting
back.
rid of the wand.
I would say like 70% at best.
Yeah.
Maybe a persuasion check to decide how good it.
Yeah. Usually, I
smells.
think I would go like 50%, but in the case of something like that, it's like it gets all of its charges back, so it's effectively perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, got my spells. I took Booming Blade, Firebolt, Ice Knife, Long Strider, Magic Missile, Shield,
Long
Misty
Strider?
Step, and Shadow Blade.
Oh lordy, Ham can Misty Step.
That's so fucking useful.
That's gonna be.
We got some.
I only have 2 level 2 spell slots though, so Misty Step probably not gonna be using it a lot, but
Yeah.
it's just so good.
Good to
Yeah,
have. I almost took it like as one of my free.
it's pretty
spells.
like. It's pretty S tier, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Long Strider because I'm so slow. I can actually catch up to people.
Oh yeah, because you lost your boots of striding.
I did.
Oh
Oh.
no.
He had so much magic shit. He had
I
that
had
like
a lot of magic.
helm
He had a
of
+3 rapier.
fire shooting and the
Oh, yeah, he had the
insane
circlet.
rapier.
Yeah, I
yeah.
had the Bracer of Daggers. I had the
Oh,
Wand
the
Dude, he
bracer
Secrets.
of daggers. Fuck.
He was armed to the teeth.
You had like every non-intuned magic item equipped.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it, boys.
I mean, you hate it unless you're Kai, in which case you just took a bunch of shit off the table for a while.
I
Our
think it's
Yeah, fair
stuff
awesome.
is so loaded. We can probably replace.
Yeah,
all
you
that
guys will
stuff.
still kick the shit out of everything, I'm sure.
I don't know.
I'm gonna change
told
the
you,
spells in my
20
ring of
charisma.
spell storing as well. I'll mark them in my inventory so that we don't lose track.
Sure.
I have Mind Sliver. Fun.
I
Farewell
was
with,
thinking about
Granite.
taking that. I like that spell.
It's fun. It's like reverse vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Yep. Been seeing a lot of use in our other game.
And the other spell I took outside of my class is Counter Spell.
Ooh, a good one.
Yeah. It sucks that bards don't get it naturally.
It. I mean,
Yeah.
counterspell is a
Really strong.
really
Yeah.
great spell to
Fuck
have.
you, DM the spell.
I mean, yes, that's. I mean, I don't like to phrase it like that. I just came from that seat.
What's
Is it
the
an
your
incorrect
entire
statement?
encounter was based around this one spell? Nope.
Counterkill. Counterspell. Counterspell.
It's like it's one thing when there's one player that has it, and
Full
you can
fucking
maybe try
team.
to bait it out with a spell when you're really trying to hit them with something else. But if there's multiple people with counterspell, then it's like, well, none of this is gonna land.
I guess no BBEGs or casters now, you assholes.
Yep.
No, there's just gonna be firing cantrips at you. You're gonna be like, damn, I wish there was something I could counterspell.
Use their legendary action to not fucking be countered.
Okay, so after rewatching the video of the last episode of Aladar and Friends of
Yeah.
season 2,
Season 2.
I forgot until rewatching it that Ham is bound to service to Forest Grey once we
Yeah.
retrieve the runestone.
Yeah.
Whoopsie,
For Xanadu.
totally forgot that. Didn't I also watched myself not bring it up when I was telling people like it never comes up when I come back and tell the group about like what we're being offered.
Uh-huh.
Like, and it must have been late. I was probably drinking. I just don't mention it to anybody. And we come back to Laryl. She doesn't mention anything. And we're just like, yep, yeah, bring Ham back. And oh fuck, he's now bound to Force Grey service if he doesn't
Yeah,
die somehow
that's later.
again.
That's if he survives.
That's if he
I mean,
survives, yeah.
also like, if it's not magically holding him, just fucking leave.
I really don't. I mean, I really
Could.
don't want to fuck with Laryl.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now she also promised us.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah, in a
tank
different way.
your Lord's Alliance rep pretty hard.
The other thing that I don't mention to the group again after she says it is that the payment upon bringing the rune shard back to her is a fucking luck blade.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what that is, I let it slip out of my brain, and then I rewatched the episode, and I was like, oh, okay, well, what's a luck blade? I looked it up. That is insanely powerful.
By that point, we'll be level 20. So
yeah. Even if we're not, the thing has wish charges on it. I assume that when she hands it off to us, it will have at least one.
I hope.
We'll see if anybody
Aladar's
makes it
gonna
far
wish for a
enough to collect that tasty carrot on a string. But yeah, that's a pretty juicy reward.
All right, I've updated my inventory with all the shopping and selling and stuff.
Cool.
While we're waiting for James, there are these other things that we can take care of.
Uh-huh.
I've
got several people for you to talk to in whatever order you want to do that.
I would love to start with Istrid Horn if we could.
Sure.
Hold on, Luck Blade. It has a +1 attack damage. Has a +1 to saving throw. The sword is
Yeah.
on your person. You can call its luck. No action required to reroll 1 attack roll ability. Like, must take the second. Can't use this again until dawn, and it has 1d4 -1 charges.
Of. Yeah. Yeah, it's that last part that really makes it a kicker.
So really, you could roll the fucking d4 and just be like, "Well, I hope it's not a 1." That would have been nice. But it could also be a greatsword, longsword, rapier, scimitar, or short.
We don't know what variety of sword the luck blade will be.
I hope
Nope.
it's a
I just assume. I just hope that it fits in Ham's hand.
Yeah,
Eh,
how does that work? Does he get double lucky?
Uh,
I think it's silly that it's only a +1.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
for
the
what's
easiest thing to change, though, right? Homebrew.
what's,
It's a
what's
+3.
basically a
Whatever.
It should be
legendary
at least
weapon.
a +2 in my head, but
Sure.
should be a +3, I think, for the status that it is.
Well, maybe.
Well,
it's
it gives
been-
you +1 to attack and damage, but then it gives you +1 to saving throws as well across the board. That is pretty good.
Maybe
It
you could
is,
just
it's not
like
terrible,
wish for a better luck blade.
Can we wish for another luck blade?
I wish
has-
for my luck blade charges to be refilled.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about wishes, like the spell. It's not exactly like a genie wish in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty
like
limited, but it's still really good.
yeah, but it's more like, oh, you can cast a spell that
can
you know
create one
off
object
of like
worth
any tree.
25,000 gold.
Yeah, you can pretty much like make some money, or cast any other really powerful spell.
You can grant 10 creatures that you see resistance to a type of damage you choose. There's no limit on that. That's just forever. So you could be like, hey everyone, gather up. We're now
Yep.
resistant to slashing. All of us. Crazy. Immunity to a single type of spell or other magical effect for 8 hours. You can undo a recent event by forcing to reroll the last round.
Yeah, so you can do some really big stuff, like reality-changing things, but not
It's not like
not anything
world
that's like,
ending.
I wish for more wishes kind of deal.
But also, like, what I do like is it does leave the door open for like, hey, up to a DM's discretion, they can kind of do more. But
Yeah,
we've kind of set the groundwork for what's within.
yeah, and they give you some good ideas to work with.
I'm gonna go grab a snack.
Yep.
Because we're still waiting.
Well, we're waiting on James, but Krenit and other, if anybody else wants to participate, there are some other dialogue scenes that need to go down. So some
Tick
diplomacy
is
and such.
Tick is down there cooking. He is down there cooking, not
Burning
meth.
the fuck out of his whatever with a flamethrower.
Oh no, he's
He's
spent,
trying
well,
to figure out how to get it
Bell
just
peppers
right.
and beef.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's
Where's the
important.
beef?
How long long of a time
There's no
was Tick
beef.
not part of the party?
I mean, not
like
very.
day wise.
Like, a
Like,
week.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
like
one
a
day.
week. Yeah.
It hasn't been that long.
Okay, so Tick
I
has
think even a
taken
week is probably
the
too long. It's only been
intro beginner cooking class at the Sober Kobold.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought you
cool.
were gonna say
Well,
Sur la
I need to know how experienced he is. I mean, I'm still gonna create the food with the buffs and stuff from
Yeah.
the feet.
Well,
But
if you've been setting with
now I
Hallius,
know
then
how
you
to-
can make a
Yeah.
flawless drippy ham.
well, I mean, it's a week and it's Tick.
Yeah, and Hallius
So-
is the best cook on this particular street.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go grab a snack. I'm
depending on
gonna
the
have to think about how I'm theming this. But Tick will
Yeah.
be down there cooking
Okay.
while the lore stuff goes on. But then when the group gets ready to dungeon delve,
They just leave him behind.
yeah, I
Oh, I
brought
forgot
hors
to-
d'oeuvres. Where'd everyone go? I made hush
Made
puppies.
some huge, giant multi-course dish.
I love hush puppies.
All right.
Just in real life, they're like
Yeah.
they're a
Yeah.
favorite hors d'oeuvre
yeah.
of mine. Like, and there's like 1 or 2 places in Portland that make hush puppies, and they're both of them are like, they're all right. I miss having access to good hush puppies.
There was a spot back in Olympia that made some pretty good ones. I used to frequent, but
If
yeah, it'd be
anybody
nice
comes
if they
across
were
any good
more
ones.
popular.
Yeah. Turns out deep fried cornbread is just not a thing here in Portland.
Like, why not?
I guess it does. I don't know.
So Granite,
Yes.
upon returning to the sober Kobold, you look around, ask around for Istrid.
Mm-hmm.
Garzik kind of throws a thumb over his shoulder, says that Istrid and her friends are upstairs
Okay.
conducting some business, I think.
I will go up there, or the DM can move me. It doesn't matter.
Would I be up there?
You can. Well, you're like just getting back with Granite, I imagine.
Oh yeah, we just got back from the meeting with Laeral.
I'm gonna hide out from.
Oh, the door was open, so I guess I don't knock.
Well, I just opened it so you guys could come up.
Yeah.
But as you come up the stairs, there's a new face who you haven't seen around before. That
Oh shit.
uh,
Kuva? No.
there's a guard posted outside of the door, who has like clearly been given instructions to let you guys in. And he raps on the door in sort of a specific shave and a haircut kind of pattern. And then, to announce your arrival, and then pushes the door open for you. And within, you find...
Oh.
Lost connection to the board. No!
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
It's back, maybe? Oh my god, I hope Tailspire better not be shit in the bed tonight.
It's so funny, like Thursday night, only time.
Whoa. We ran Heralds of the Deep for 8 months, and we never had this problem.
But only when Kai is doing it too. That's the funny part.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the main menu and try to reconnect from there.
I think we're
I see
theater of the mind then.
Oh my god, no, list empty. They shit the bed. Oh no, here it comes. Okay.
God, if they ever like somehow deleted the campaigns,
Well,
lose my
it's
mind.
saved on your actual computer, isn't it? Like
it should be, yeah.
Okay.
It's just like synced to the cloud, but it always concerns me when it's like you lose connection, because you have to be connected to their servers to like actually edit stuff.
So weird.
There's no offline mode. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
so I'm back on. I will move into the room.
Yeah.
I decided I want to be a part of this.
Yeah. Well, you are a Zen, so come on in.
Yeah.
I've been innocent.
Yeah. Yeah. So inside, you find Istrid and a couple other members of the Waterdeep's interim, ex-members of the Doom Raiders, who that was their adventuring name before they kind of got into business being who they are now.
Yeah.
They used to raid lich lairs as a career. Anyway, yeah, so they have repurposed your sort of conference room area, taken it over to conduct their business.
Just don't let Rotharm know.
I hope he never comes upstairs to his room. Also, welcome, James. You are muted.
He would just want them to pay rent. That's all.
Oh,
sure.
I guess that's true too.
I'm muted. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, just making sure you weren't trying to talk.
No, I was banging around.
Okay.
I have a new model. I don't know. I have it linked, but if you want to import it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's pretty great. I love it.
Oh, that's right.
I'm so curious.
He's got the teeth and everything. Hang on.
I'm gonna scoot down and look at Rotharm while this happens real quick.
Man.
1 sec. Wait. Campaign linked. Use
Gotta
your...
see
Oh
this.
my god, do I have to fucking reconnect?
Yeah, I had to wait for
I'm
all
not
mine to
seeing
download.
anybody.
It takes a minute sometimes.
It does. It
Or
took a
show up.
while.
Okay. Well, we can do this Zent scene upstairs, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pee anyways. I'll be right back.
Okay. There we go. Add that to Mr. Rotherm's morphs. Oh my god, it's amazing. Okay.
10
So
out of
fun.
fucking 10.
With the fucking glowy teeth, the skeleton hands. He's such a monster.
We're slowly. This is
good
just.
guy.
We're slowly just creating a fucking D&D villain.
Is a
Yeah.
D&D villain.
This is just the whole campaign. Is just a backstory for Rotharm's
like
rise to evil.
Well, and he's your party's portrait of Dorian Gray.
He's like he's our ship of Theseus. At some point,
yeah, that
is
too.
he even Rotharm anymore?
How many parts of Rotharm can we replace?
Ben, if I could, I would give you inspiration.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
Yeah, I think that deserves one. I'm adding it to the pool. All right. So yeah, upstairs you find Istrid, of course, who is wrapping up some business, perhaps money lending to some merchant who has been rudely dismissed. Yeah, this guy heads out. There are also a couple of other people who maybe you haven't seen around the sober Kobold for a while, maybe since the drinking contest.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously we used to work for Dabble. We probably know Tashlin the least, but she was supposed to be our Zent contact if we had worked more with them directly instead of shortcutting by hosting Istrid. And then I don't know the Merc.
Merc.
Yeah, I mean that's similar to the guy outside. Those are just mercenaries. A couple of them now seem to be hanging around the tavern.
I mean, somebody's paying their tab.
Yep. Yeah. So, Tavel and Tashlin are here, and Istrid welcomes you.
Ah, good to see you as well. Do you have time to speak? I have news of the Underdark that concerns the Zentrum.
Always.
Terrific.
Wait, what happened?
I will tell her pretty much everything that's happened in the last 24 hours about Azrock and his forces. Our feelings on Rizaril and her connection with the Zentrum, her support of the Zentrum, but that I realized that she has a complicated relationship / vendetta with Azrock, but that Azrock currently is in this position of potential weakness. We've been asked to do something for him to secure an item, but that his forces are vast. Like he has more ready men at arms than any other force we've run into, and he is not aligned to anybody, but is being actively courted by Xanathar. But to hear his wife tell it, they don't think that Xanathar's guild has their best interests at heart, and I believe that the Hobgoblin forces would be a mighty addition to the Zentrum register, even just beyond what they're doing in the Underdark. But they could certainly serve a purpose if they could be enlisted, either to hold the line against further drow incursion past Skullport, or with Zent support, we could actually lay siege with their forces to Skullport and take Skullport as a Zent holdout. With all this in mind, I will also tell her that we have exploded a rather large amount of explosives inside of Xanathar's guild below, and that his forces and may be in turmoil. I don't know.
Yeah.
And this may be an opportune time to make an offer that we can take to Azrock, and also, if they're willing to sign on with the Zents, immediately turn around and kill. I don't have his name written down, but the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they told you his name, but yeah, you know that there's like the Mind Flayer sort of.
There's whoever the Mind Flayer is, it is the emissary from Xanathar's guild.
Yeah.
So I verbally dump on her, and then
you like excitedly you burst in excitedly rambling and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like nodding along, and Tashlin, who typically has a very icy demeanor, like leans forward and is pretty interested. Istrid says, yes, Davil was just telling me that our spies in Skullport just recently sent word of some large disruption, and the Xanathar Guild is scrambling.
That is thanks to Schemo's contribution of explosives.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I said I was going to put them to good use, and we did.
It seems you have.
And I made sure it happened. That was me. I made sure.
It's true. Aladar was a huge help in actually executing the part against Xanathar's guild.
Well,
I don't throw around the word hero very often. But what we did was very
maybe like
heroic.
baker's dozen times a day.
Also, downstairs, just so you're aware, there is a gnome dressed as a clown that is coming down from mushrooms, who's currently putting on a puppet show.
It is terrible.
Barely entertaining the audience downstairs, and he happens to be a freshly rebuked member of the Xanathar Guild that could be a potential source of further information about the guild and goings-ons. Just, we are not sure. We know that they want to kill him. We know that he knows that they want to kill him. His allegiance isn't necessarily in question at this time. I wouldn't disclose anything about who you are, who you work with, if I were you.
I would just torture him.
I would just ask him some simple questions. If you could be discreet about it for now. We're gonna feel out what kind of person he is.
Yeah. Davil understands, and he's been sort of like leaning on the mantle of the fireplace over here and says, "Yeah, I'll talk to him. Let's see what
Screws
I can get out
on
of him."
Davil.
They don't call him Davil's sexy tongue for nothing.
Nobody calls me that.
That one guy did.
So they say that since you last spoke, they've been sort of recollecting their strength, since they'd been on kind of the losing end of the feud between them and the Xanathar Guild. Hence why they are here. But it sounds like Xanathar is on the back foot. However, we know that the Beholder is paranoid, and he has surely put his lair and likely skullport into lockdown and high alert. So that's going to definitely be, you know, an anthill going back down there.
True,
However,
true.
if this plan of yours succeeds, that means that the Zentarim will control trade with cities in the Underdark, which would be mighty fine indeed.
A very direct route from
Yes,
Waterdeep to the Underdark would be very profitable.
extremely. And currently, Xanathar has a stranglehold on that. So we would be very interested in financing this operation, or otherwise supplying some high-quality mercenaries. The guy in the back of the room kind of like stands up straighter. To assist in this effort, but we are still likely outnumbered and outgunned. So you will need to have a pretty good plan about how you're going to tackle the forces that remain.
So, in all of this, how are you feeling about the involvement of Azrock
Sounds
and the
like
Hobgoblins?
a
They are an uncontracted, massive militia force. If Zent pockets could be relied upon, we could make them an offer that they might respond to. And I certainly I may not have the administrative, the bureaucratic
Aladar has feet on the table.
tongue for this. If I could, if there was a way for me to establish a channel of direct communication between topside Zent leadership and Azrock's leadership, you guys could work out a deal. I just think that we lose time, and they stand a chance of being worn down by Xanathar's offer and his emissary amongst them.
Yeah. Istrid says that she trusts you to make them a reasonable offer. We have deep pockets, and I'm sure, although this warlord has, a formidable retinue, there is probably no price he can ask that would be too steep, because it sounds like those forces might tip the scales in our favor.
Yes, if we could use them to at least lay siege to Waterdeep, or not Waterdeep, to Skullport and Sundeath's forces in the castle, and
She's like,
root
going
them out.
full evil. Okay.
Even if we could use part of Azrock's forces as a garrison down there to ensure Zen interests. The other half, more than half of his forces, could come topside and participate in Zen-related activities. I am not kidding you when I say there are a lot of them. We have seen a lot of forces down there, Drow forces. But none.
It could be
the Hobgoblins outnumber every other force we have come across at least 2-1, if not 3-1. There are so many able-bodied, ready to fight Hobgoblins. It would be a boon to topside activities if we could overcome God damn it. Okay, here we go. If we could overcome and suppress Xanathar even just to a consolidated space deeper within Undermountain, but if we could just take Skullport and use those the Hobgoblin forces to make it so that it could be a center of trade run by the Zens. We're talking real money here. So yes,
Oh,
I will
yes.
take on this opportunity to be an emissary of the Zentrum for this purpose.
I think Istrid looks around and gets nods from Tashlin and Davil. And she says, I believe we were all in agreement about this. This sounds like it will be a risky and difficult operation, but if successful, will be wildly profitable. And that is why we are in business.
Indeed.
We have so in addition to this, we have another project that we may need your help for.
You have one more thing. I have one more thing. So you go first. Yes, indeed.
All right. So Davil says that we are working. We're well on our way towards replacing members of the masked lords with their own agents in a pretty long-term scheme to control the city topside as sort of a shadow government, perhaps eventually oust the Silver Hand. We'll see. This is a risky endeavor in different ways, as I'm sure you understand. But we've already made great progress in infiltrating the City Watch, and have eyes all over the city. So
I will take one for the team, and I will become the new Mask Lord.
Oh, an eager volunteer.
I vote for Aladar.
I love it.
Yes,
Puppet government.
Aladar does have a lofty goal of seeing himself be a masked lord or an open lord. If volunteers are still being recruited. However, it's good to know that you guys are well on your way to scheming for control topside.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually realized
Davil
I had two things left, but
looks
yes.
Aladar up and down, and kind of like puts his hands on your shoulders, sizing you up, and says, yes, I think you might do nicely.
Thank you.
And the people like me. I mean, who doesn't like me? Right, Istrid? Istrid?
Yes.
Still bad.
Listen, there's so many chairs at this table. Like, you could sit way over there.
Sit way over there.
That's Davil's. Never mind. Feet up in the pastries.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about it.
What else do you have on your mind, Granite?
First thing, there is a former member of the Doom Riders that is not here, and who we have heard through a new contact who we managed to rescue from Xanathar's guild on our way out, one Kelris Delphi, who is now downstairs.
Yeah, Istrid nods and says, I've spoken with her.
Good. Then you also know who she works for, perhaps?
She actually arches an eyebrow and says she actually did not tell me, only that she had attempted to tackle Xanathar with I'm spacing Ziraj's help, and that
Yes.
went south very quickly, and you
Yes, and
managed to
we'll talk
save
about
her.
Ziraj here in a second. I may be here for some time, but I may also be elsewhere in the city. I have many things to see to in the coming days before we head back down. But you may want to ask her who sent her on her mission originally, and tell her that Krenit has informed her or informed you that you should ask that. I think that the conversation would be very productive. Which brings me to my actually
Okay.
second thing, which is, are you aware of what has happened to Ziraj?
Sadly, yes.
Do we know
If Kelris's story is true, that
we have
is very unfortunate.
dealt with an intellect devourer previously, in a friend, and we've actually been able to cast or have it cast out, which is why I ask you if we find him in our operations, if we come across him, what would you have us do? Do you want him taken alive and brought back to you, knowing that it may be an intellect devourer that has caused him to do what he has done? Something of Xanathar's evil doing, or am I to operate under different instructions?
I think bringing him anything with a that has been afflicted by an intellect devourer is going to become the eyes and ears of Xanathar through his mind flayer minions. So no, don't bring him here. At least not alive.
If we
Uh,
could, if we were
Yes.
to subdue him and bring him someplace where we could have the intellect devourer driven out from his mind, verifiably so. I'm just asking. I don't want to meet him and think that it is okay to kill him if you do not. If you would wish him alive.
Davil chimes in, and says that I fear he is a dead man either way. Once we will need to restore his missing brain if we do drive the devourer out. Or if you slay him, we will have to restore him all the same. And it may just be less hassle for you to outright kill the poor bastard.
Do you want his body
if
back?
you can manage? And Tashlin kind of chuckles.
Do you want us to bring his body back?
Yes. We will need that.
Okay.
We have a whole
Make sure we're
stuff
clear.
in, so
Okay. Then that concludes my questions for you guys. If you have other business to attend to, feel free to make the Sober Kobold your home base of operations for as long as you'd like. I will make sure the books are cooked so that you are paid up and so on. It is a pleasure to have you in our establishment.
yeah, don't
Yes,
let Rotharm know.
Yeah.
Upset about it.
Do let us
talk about shitting where you eat,
right?
literally.
Yes.
I was gonna say, Rotham's probably got like little strings that you can kind of like pull on and listen to stuff, and you're just like, God,
You look
fucking damn.
God,
He's got the entire place
fucking
plugged.
bitch.
Yeah, you look in the corner of the room. There's a small can with a wire coming out of it.
Wire
Yeah.
Goes downstairs.
Yeah. As you're departing, they just say, "Do let us know how negotiations go with the hobgoblins."
I will. I don't think I have sending prepared, but I can get a message to you one way or another. I will purchase some paper
That would be
birds.
awfully useful for all of
We
your
should get some-
allies
what are they?
down below
Yes.
who aren't allowed, are species who aren't allowed in the city.
I can only buy so many sending stones, right?
Oh, there are sending stones. How expensive are they?
Sending stones?
I don't think very.
Especially because I didn't have to buy a bunch of ham equipment. Let me see.
I could buy one. They're uncommon.
They're 500 gold pieces a pair. That's pretty expensive.
I'll buy it.
I could spare 500 gold. So, tell you what, I'll keep a pair for I'll give
or if
one.
you don't
I
have
will
money,
buy-
these guys will give you a loan.
I've got money. I don't need to spend this interim. Really don't want to do that. I'll pay 500 gold right now.
Okay.
To buy a pair so that Istrid and I can speak, and then if Aladar buys another pair,
how dare you?
We'll have two.
Here's the thing: we'll leave one with Istrid, and if we can come to an agreement with Azrok's forces, we will supply that sending stone to Azrok or his wife, whose name I can't remember.
I'm gonna talk
Okay.
to my
Azrok's
supposed girlfriend.
Make sure that their Rocky Talkies are on a different channel.
Don't let her hear me say that.
Okay.
Just don't say it into the sending stone.
Yeah.
All right. And they wish you good luck.
Let's go get drunk.
Appreciate it. I give this guy a gold piece in a handshake and head back downstairs.
Don't shake the help's hand.
He's like picking something out of his teeth with a dagger.
Good man. Okay.
All right.
Right to your
let's
brother
see.
or something, Kuva.
Yeah, he looked so much like a younger Kuva. It was crazy.
Ruva. Oh my god. It's me long lost brother. Okay. So let's see. Meanwhile, wait, what the shit? Why is that's weird? There's like a invisible Krenet that I can't control.
Yeah, and I lost my other Rotharm model that it's
Oh, what the hell?
I lost
Oh, wait, there he
control
is.
over it.
Oh, you can't move him?
I don't see him.
Oh, Rothar.
It's the old one.
Magic missile.
Wait.
It's the-
Oh,
it's
I'm
the
seeing
old
the new one.
It's
I
right
see the new one.
on my screen.
one. I'll quit all the way out, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's Tailspire's
Little
servers
funky
keep
today.
dropping
For sure.
and people have to reconnect, so I don't know. It
Rotharm and
Could just be an off night.
might be funky, right?
Aladar and their shoulder capes.
Right?
Loving this shoulder cape.
It's the style at the time.
I think that was a new
Damn.
addition to Hero Forge.
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing them before.
He's got like a
And you're-
right shoulder, and I have like
Yeah,
a
you guys
left
need to
shoulder.
decide on a shoulder.
But he's got two skelly hands.
Actually,
Yeah,
I should
just-
probably go on whatever's not your sword hand, so it's not fucking with your drawing
Right.
of. Yeah.
I have my crossbow holster back there now.
Yeah. It's just to
It's like-
cover your hidden crossbow.
Yeah, if you look at it, he's drawing a crossbow from underneath
Fucking
his
Yep.
bone
cloak.
hands. Fucking monster.
So awesome.
It's so cool.
Okay, so speaking of Rotharm, we did not kind of conclude your quest at the end of last session. So you still have the
Hold on, still joining.
you still have the
Gong
Gong
of
of Tyr, the Ring of Disintegration that you
Oh, yeah.
retrieved to recover for the Order of the Gauntlet.
Hmm.
Presumably, you are headed back to the Halls of Justice to turn it in.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the
Presumably.
Hall of Justice.
Not now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, while that other meeting was taking place, Rotharm took a detour to go talk to his boss.
Yeah, I imagine you would go straight there.
But he didn't.
I wouldn't have. I would have gone. I would have gone there.
One of those like looking at the ring, like why shouldn't I?
Yeah, right.
No, I don't. I think he's like the kind where he's like he knows better to be tempted than to be tempted by
Yeah, that's fair.
like arcane weird magic shit.
Unless
He's
that
like-
arcane magic shit is a piano.
No, he's like sort of on like the he's sort of like on the Han Solo side where it's
Then he
like,
just really can't
he
help
doesn't
himself.
trust that mumbo jumbo. He can't control that mumbo jumbo.
I used to be able to play Moonlight Sonata.
Oh man! All right, grab Rothar. Wait, where the fuck? Oh, okay. We'll just put you in the tower. Fetch. Okay, over to the castle ward.
Waiting for
Ward.
adventure.
Uh-oh. Did it not
Oh, there
load
it
for
goes.
everybody else? Just take
Yeah,
a minute.
it's
I'm
just
looking
being
at-
slow.
Okay.
Here's what Rotham's playing on the piano. Wait, that was a stupid cover.
All right, everybody on map.
Yep.
Yep.
So Rotharm, back at the Halls of Justice. Go to meet with Savra. Up in her study / quarters.
I do not remember the way. Oh, she's here.
Yeah, I just put you in the same room. You don't have to actually walk up there.
Okay.
I do not remember the way.
Yeah, I have no
I
memory of this place. It's like you were
I
here
can
like
carry
3
you.
days ago.
I've returned.
Ah,
see?
Rotharm. Well, she like is caught off guard by your new shiny teeth, and sort of like her brain short circuits for a minute. It's like
It's like when someone shows up with like a veneers. I'm not paying any attention to them.
yes. You seem well.
Never been better.
He's got like it whistles through his teeth.
Never been better.
What of the gong and your quarry?
Mark this quest complete. An achievement by Rothar.
And you'd give her the ring?
You doing it now?
Yes, that was the idea.
Oh, I didn't think I'd
Yeah.
get to your room so fast. I hadn't. Do you have a like a changing room or a lavatory or a hole?
Yes, there are facilities downstairs.
I'm worried.
Okay.
Where did Rotharm put this ring?
He's just gonna like kind of like duck behind this like column right here, and he's gonna start like sticking his finger down his throat.
Oh no.
His bony skeletal finger.
Yeah,
That'd make me gag too.
Ah!
I read this thing about Harry Houdini that he swallowed keys before he got like all locked up.
Yeah.
But he'd practice with like a little bit of potato on a string to like strengthen his throat muscle to
Oh,
be able
what
to
the
like keep
shit?
something in place.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like Rotherham is the kind of person who's like, just in case I ever get arrested, like he'll practice swallowing lockpicks.
He's
and
like, just in
regurgitate.
case this crazy off the wall situation happens, I better be prepared.
Why not
Absolutely.
just,
I'm
like,
gonna
D&D.
swallow a bag of holding.
Jesus.
Keep all sorts of shit there.
You know, a bag of holding's like 10 pounds or whatnot, right?
I'm just testing rolling right now. I tried rolling in
I'm
do I
sorry,
do-
15
do I get from the
pounds.
campaign?
Yeah,
It
it
was
works.
15 pounds.
It
Is it
doesn't pop
listed?
up on the screen, but it pops up in the chat log.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
used to that. Con check. Okay.
13.
Yeah, that's like a really nasty like gag. I'm thinking like probably 16 or 17. I'll get it up. Hold on.
Wait,
Rotharm
Hold on.
retches.
Start
He
making them
swallowed
sound
the
cats
ring?
make.
No, it's not all the way down. Who am I talking to?
Your
It's in his
content, you don't
crop.
talk a lot.
I was just saying. I have it clasped securely in the strong throat muscles of an
lodged
escape
in his
artist.
tonsils.
Yeah, I'm holding on
Yeah.
to it like two gentle thumbs.
Rotharm, are you well?
Hold on.
Start making a
Yeah.
distinct
Should I?
It's
sound.
like that's like I accidentally I just threw up a little bit right there.
I shall send
Sounds
for
like
a
a cat.
cleric.
Jeez. Did I say
Should I,
17 or 18? All right, then you hear a ting ting.
Okay, like just as she's like calling for aid, you produce the ring.
He like turns
Yeah,
the
just walk in
turns
here
the
and
corner and
vomit.
there's like tears streaming from his eyes. He's like, "Ah."
Got like a dribble on his chin from, yeah.
Oh.
Nothing could have been safer. And I hold it out, and it's like I haven't really bothered wiping it.
She has a distasteful look on her face. Grabs like a cloth off the table to hold the ring. He says it must have been quite the endeavor for that to have been necessary. Were you captured by someone?
He just like he does this like who me with his hands up by his face, and they're clearly bones. He's not wearing he's not wearing the hiding gloves.
Ah,
I got the job done. That's what matters.
well, yes, true. You should be
Glory for
commended
Tyr.
for that, certainly.
Yeah, you don't care how many dicks I had to suck to get it done either.
Yeah, the Gong of Tyr is a cock ring, not
Yeah.
a finger ring.
It was was it Prince Albert? Oh my god! There's some TV show I saw where there's a guy like dressed as a prostitute trying to go undercover. He's like, "Why are you?" The cop was doing it. Yeah. All for the glory of Tyr. Praise Tyr. I'm ready
May
for my
he watch
next
over us all.
assignment.
Well done. Your deeds shall certainly be noted. Your
It's spelled with 2 T's, by the way.
Yes, I think we got that last time. I'll make sure of it.
Wonderful.
Dealing with a psychopath.
She sort of slowly like walks around the table.
That must be where my reward is.
Loyal service is its own reward.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. She says that I have received a troubling report.
Those are my favorite.
It is about you.
Oh no.
Oh, go on.
Oh no.
One of our recruits
Yeah.
has reported that you have been working with a drow witch.
I would never suffer such
No, you know that
heretical
such
friendships.
cooperation is forbidden.
Well, such a cooperation would be a sin.
Indeed.
But if one were to feign such cooperation and a promise of a return of a much greater coven of evil, would you not say that it's worth the effort?
Rotharm undercover.
Hmm.
Undercover cops and Belinda drugs. Totally.
Some
worth
things,
it.
perhaps forgivable if they serve a noble end. However, that would be strictly against my tenets, at least.
Of course. I'm used to operating in such sensitive areas.
Well, then a new quest for you. Dispatch the sorceress if you are able.
Oh.
Now you said sorceress. Do you still mean witch?
Yes, I use the terms interchangeably.
I don't think
Well,
that would
actually-
really quite fly down at the guilds, but okay.
Well, I don't
Update your language, bro.
don't think very highly of the Drow or their devious ways, so
I don't.
you'll have to
either.
forgive me.
But what if the
I
what,
wasn't-
what of the people innately born of the blasphemous magic?
Hmm.
They all burn the same.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
one,
Classic Roth arm.
That's my rock.
Man.
So, Rotharm has some new orders.
Is it like a little wanted poster?
No.
Oh, a
Kill
name?
Rizarel.
A name? A direction?
No, just
bitch-
she wants you to slay
So that bitch you're
the
working with.
drow that you've been the drow spellcaster you've been working with.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to say, I've not been working with her. And then he's going to look at her and just kind of do like a wink and smile. But I know where to find her.
Mm-hmm. Whatever the case, yes, if the opportunity presents itself.
Of course. Always
There-
the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Will there be anything else?
I may need use of the armory sometime soon.
Yes,
In
some
case I need to
gauntlets
fashion.
may be a good choice.
Well, why?
Why would you say that?
I think Mr. Burns
Why?
his fingers
What do you
together.
mean?
Whatever for.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't want
It's just like,
any of our recruits with weak constitutions to be frightened by you. That
we
is all.
smile less.
Some really soft beige colored gloves I could put on.
Like skin-colored gloves.
Yeah.
It's like Charlie's uncle in the
Yeah.
courtroom.
Yeah.
Nobody look.
Nobody look.
Got him duct taped to his sleeves. Okay.
Here I am regretting
She says-
the new research I've just done into the latest advancements in poisoning the drow. I'm gonna have to really change up that tactic. That's not gonna work.
Well, by whatever means you need
I'll
to
get the job done.
please do. And yes, of course, you have full use of the armory as befitting your rank with the Order of the Gauntlet.
I'm not too much worried about the rank of the Order of the Gauntlet. I do everything I do for Tyr.
Well, I'm sure he is happy to have you serving him. Your blade is surely righteous.
Those charged with preserving justice usually are. Even when we put ourselves in charge.
Can't get over those teeth. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, she gives your teeth like one last kind of concerned look.
Unnatural light, fucking bony hands, and all
They're
the other fucking weird scars you had before that.
They're quite handy in the dark.
It's my finest work.
I mean, to be fair, it's a really smart tactic to dealing with fucking drow that are always casting darkness and stuff.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with a sort of like
Yeah, he's like a
charismatic
monster
punishment.
who's been engineered to defeat Drow, specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that's interesting because like I wonder if I touch like poison or something hot, would my hands suffer with just being bone?
That is a good question.
Like,
I
could
mean-
I touch stuff that might not normally be touched
It
by?
would still
like
destroy your bones, but that'd be even worse.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, anything that would actually destroy the bones, but like you don't have like feeling in your fingers, you know?
Maybe I can.
No nerves there.
How do
I
I?
guess you would say it's the same as like a Warforged, right? Like, it's
Yeah, I guess.
animated. It's still part of them.
Yeah, you're still
It might
controlling
not. It might not have. Yeah,
you know.
it's still a part of you, even if
Yeah.
it's not. The
But yeah, you
same.
could totally like hold like a flaming stick or something and not feel it.
I found this. I found this interesting diagram. I might come take to. Is it Stibbs? Something about Weapon X and something to do with bone.
Standing.
Stibs only exists when the other DM is in town.
Can't fucking find this guy.
He's
Now he leaves. He goes
yeah, I
and
think he's
helps
out of
other
town.
people in the future campaign.
Stibbs
All
is
right.
gonna be the one crossover character.
Someday I'll just make a huge fat bastard.
All right. Well, I'm off to go smack a witch. Ta-ta.
Mage. Dear bless you.
Go end a witch.
My goodness.
Okay,
I'm just
well.
gonna go like start whistling, and there's like little dancing lights on the walls as he exits the door. You can see it like glittering on the doors as he exits.
Oh my god.
Truly are a monster.
So great.
fucking funny.
All right. Good thing I'm one of the good guys.
He says aloud,
No good guy
strolling
ever.
down the street.
Oops, excuse me. Go on
Patting
ahead.
kids on the head with his fucking weird bone hands, and they're like
skeletal hands.
screaming as soon as they realize.
Right.
Scram, kids. Else you'll end up like me.
Eat your
Wildly
vegetables, or
successful.
you'll end up like me.
With so many friends.
A successful member of the Order of
Of successful
Uh,
member
super
society.
rich. Is super rich.
Was. He gave it all to the church.
He
Yeah,
gave a lot
yeah.
of it to church, but
He
like
gave
still,
almost all of it.
That's how you get to heaven.
Yeah, he's
Buy your way in.
100% bought his way in.
Yeah, he's lawful
I'm so
He was
glad I
never
live in the
gonna make it.
time I do.
He's forcibly lawful good and can't
He's-
be removed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's pretty much Tom Cruise.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Actually, while we're on this
Alright.
map, Krynet had business with Vajra, right?
Literally the only other thing
I
was gonna
did. I
was
wanted
buy
to see if I
Keltoff,
could
so.
use the Laeral Silverhand connection to gain permission or access in general, just to come and go to access any Blackstaff library. Under the guise that there are many new to me things in Underdark that perhaps the tower knows much about, whether they be constructs or types of magic or creatures or demons or what have you that we may find in the dungeon. And because we're on a mission from Laeral,
Mission from
we
God.
want to increase our chances of success, and that comes with the need for knowledge. But really, there's really only a few things Krynet wants to do first. Is he interested in knowledge in general? Absolutely. But is he interested in knowledge of summoning a greater demon? Absolutely. I don't need to bind the greater demon. Don't get me wrong. I just want to be able to summon one.
In the middle of a crowded square.
just to see if it works.
The equivalent of like a terrorist.
Let's see, what else did I say? Oh yes, and then, but first, Krennic wants to read everything he can about Manchun because, well, he knows the name because Manchun is like a boogeyman that you're told about when you're a kid.
Yeah.
When he heard what Kelleris had to say about who was sending her on the mission and all of that, and that perhaps the Manchun hadn't been dead for hundreds of years and that he has a simulacrum that's still running around, Krennic wants to learn everything he can about Manchun, and this is an excuse for Mike to be able to rattle off Manchun facts later.
Since meta knowledge, Mike knows all about Manchun.
No, I don't.
Really?
I learned a little bit about Manchun because another D&D character I have fought at Darkhold. Participated in a siege at Darkhold against Manchun in a different time period as part of his backstory. I know a little bit about Manchun.
Okay, but
I know
you didn't read the
wizard.
Manchun chapter in Waterdeep.
No, I didn't read the Manchun chapter in Waterdeep.
Well then,
but I want the excuse to know a little bit more about who Manchun was in historically, than what I know right now. Even you can still, of course, have me do history checks and what have you. But it gives me an excuse to be able to go and actually learn a little bit more about Manchun, his connection with at large with the Zentarum, which I'm fascinated about, but am very cautious about going and reading the wiki about. So in order,
so...
Manchun, demons, actual problems in the dungeon.
Oh, Rotham. To help aid in whatever way she can, since Laeral has stressed that retrieving this runestone fragment for her is of the utmost importance. Yes, absolutely. You have access to their libraries. She will instruct Vajra at Blackstaff Tower to aid you in whatever way she can to that end.
Sweet. Yeah, so I will just learn everything I can about... I'll probably pull books about anything they have about Hallister. Oh, I have to talk with her first. Is that a new model?
That is a new-ish. Came out with the pirate set.
Oh,
it looks
dope. That's a good Vajra model.
Well, and it looks like exactly like she's supposed to, basically.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Who was I just talking to?
Savra.
God fucking damn.
I know.
And you have historically always mixed them up.
It's like it comes off. It just.
I mean, Savra and Vajra sound super similar. Yeah, I got to mix up constantly.
Whoa, this gray hand has like the perfect shield. That's amazing. Is that a custom model?
No, these are both like this guy.
No, they
also...
got the shield with the glove on it. Sorry.
No. That's always been a knight model.
I know. It's funny because it's not the other group. It's Order of the Gauntlet. It's gray hand.
Order of the Gauntlet. Yeah.
Stupid fucking like.
There may be some crossover. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of gray hands are like ex-adventurers or other things. So anyway,
I'm just walking by. I'm not. Saying.
Also, something was happening with. No. We had resolved the issue with Malun Wardragon because Malun had betrayed Kelleris along with Ziraj, but hence we have cured Malun and Malun is fine. All right.
Yeah, that happened last season 1.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
A man owes us his life.
One of the funniest fucking moments.
Throws his axe in the well. Uh,
Fucking runs.
This is for your own
You
gun.
what, mate?
You're lucky he didn't grab you and beat the fuck out of you.
uh-huh.
Throw you down there.
It's like you're faster, but only if you win initiative.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Grinnet, you find
Yeah, punk.
Vajra at Blackstaff Tower.
Luckily, she
greets
was
you.
outside smoking.
Right.
Yeah, you know, she was on a 15-minute break. Likes to get some fresh air.
The pipe break.
She says, Grinnet.
Blackstaff, always a pleasure.
Laryl has said that you need my services, and she grins really wide, seeming to revel in the
Yes.
fact that she can provide something that Silverhand cannot.
Yes, I assume that you have a healthy archive that contains knowledge on things not otherwise found in the city about history and threats that exist
Howdy,
in
follow me.
Undermountain. Oh,
She, like,
okay. Well, fuck. I thought they would
Eagerly
be in the
cuts you
tower.
off.
Here we go.
Clearly already knowing basically like what you're here for. And she leads you strangely away from Blackstaff Tower.
Crazy. I could read in there and not be scryed on, but you know, which is a concern of mine a little bit. It's fine. Everything's fine.
And you head down a side street, couple blocks away perhaps, and something very bizarre happens. The street in front of you sort of bends and shifts, widening, and creates a new street that was not there before. That sort of has made room for itself in the middle of these other buildings surrounding it.
14th and a half Avenue?
3/4.
She's gonna take your kidneys, dude.
What the? Like, Krennet, like, is like there's still magic in the world that can make Krennet feel dumbfounded. Every once in a while, Krennet like thinks he's kind of powerful, thinks he's kind of like a master of the arcane, and then somebody does some badass shit like this, and you're like, I know nothing.
Yeah, and she seems very proud
Happy.
to be able to show this off, you know. And she's like,
What the what? How? What is?
and she sort of playfully twirls her staff and says, "One of the perks," and leads you up
A
to this.
city of 500,000 people, and you can just hide a library in the middle of a city street.
You can put a pocket dimension pretty much anywhere.
A lot of dumb people here, though. There's this
Yeah.
Dragonborn. Oh god, he was puking in the street last week.
So yeah, she leads you into this small but exquisite library, just brimming with all sorts of tomes and scrolls,
That smell.
papers and things.
All of the Garfield Fat Pack. All of them.
Smells
Even the
like
Right,
a,
right.
places.
Everyone.
smells like a Borders in here.
Oh, so much better than Borders. It's like Borders if every book was bound by leather and vellum.
Yeah. And within, there are no guards posted or anything like that. But within there is a some sort of very shiny, flashy looking golem. A bit like one of the what were they called? Not, I'm thinking Watch Knights, but that's from Guild Wars.
You're talking about the are they called simulacrum?
The things that were
rights?
Nimble
The
right,
Nimble
yeah,
Rights, yeah.
yeah. So a little bit like that, but maybe more advanced. Vajra gestures to it. It says that, yes, this is the librarian.
I give a little bow to the librarian.
It kind of mimics the gesture robotically. She says it possesses an encyclopedic knowledge of everything in here if you need help finding something. Also, it is a librarian of thoughts. It will record anything you think while you are in here for me to review at my leisure.
That is terrifying.
That is cool.
Especially if someone told me that, I'd be like, "Oh God, don't think horrible things."
Don't think
oh,
about
God,
her
oh
shit.
God.
And of course, do not attempt to resist this effect, or you will be teleported out.
Oh my.
Wow, that's kind of...
Understood.
Don't think of her boobs. Don't think of her boobs.
The
Don't think of her
literal
boobs.
thought police.
Yes.
Don't be doing your wife. Don't say doing your wife.
Understood.
Doing your son.
Doing your son.
She says, I'll leave you to it if you don't need anything else.
I do not need anything else. How am I to access this again? Should I leave?
Roll if you need anything else.
Suppose come fetch me. You know where to find me.
I do. Okay.
You're just gonna spend the
Through
next
you
week
only
here.
is access granted. Understood. And I will ask him about manticores. and read about manticores for an hour and then leave.
You hear Vajra like, manticores, really? Like,
What? I grew up here. You think I ever ran into a manticore? I don't remember all the monsters I fought, levels 1 through 3. But every book you have on beholders, too. I'll take that.
All the books on Manticores.
Beholders.
Also, all the books on you have on the Mad Mage. Anything to do with Undermountain, please hand them over. I'll take all those things.
Well.
In that order.
It
Ends.
it heads upstairs to fetch the requested resources.
Krent realizes that he has about 5 spells from the spell books that he's already sold that he has to have time for between the time that season 2 dropped off and the time that we actually go into the dungeon, that he has to actually record into a spell book so that he can use them and catch up with where he is in D&D Beyond. He's like, I will be here for an hour and a half and then I have to go home. And I also realize there's no bathroom here, so I'm going to have to go home anyways.
But there is a Starbucks, because every bookstore has a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Ah.
There's like some teenagers just slacking off. Hi.
Smoking.
Yeah, it's like
tampons.
the things that Krena would be interested in would be like learning more about, like if they have books on Hallister's origins, if they have books on Hallister's like any historical takes on Hallister's apprentices.
Sure. Yeah, there is a, like, based on what you can find just sort of looking around and then asking the librarian automaton. This is a truly staggering collection of knowledge. Like, basically all of the histories and shared wisdom of all of the great mages and such that have inhabited, Waterdeep and the lands around it. I suppose Vajra would have mentioned that this place is called Wisdom's Mirror.
This is a dope ass name for a library.
But
did you come up with it?
I did.
Nice.
Thank you. But yeah, like basically anything you want to know about pretty much anything that has happened in or around Waterdeep, you would be able to find here.
Just try to not think about boobs while I'm in here. It's still hard.
Vajra.
Well, I don't think Credit has a thing for Like, I know Vajra. Vajra's
See,
like
that's not even the problem though. The problem is, oh God, I need to not think like sexual things about Vajra. Oh God, now I am. Oh God, it's recording everything. I can't stop.
I assume that she's used to that because there's no way I'm the first person that she's let in here that has
No.
heard that and is like, I can't think about how stacked Vajra is. She's super stacked. Those
God, I
pants are
would love
doing
her
no
to shit on my
favor.
chest. Oh, wait, fuck, no.
It's
Do you
listen,
think that she knows that she has an ass so fat that I can see it from the front?
Oh, no.
She does now.
She
Librarian's
does now, and
you
it's
know I can sense these things.
I assume
have
you're
to
used to
share
it by
your thoughts.
now.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah. So those books, and then that's the scene. So those books.
Yeah, so we can say that you pretty much pour through several books looking for juicy details about Undermountain and Hallister and such.
Should help me with history checks related to the dungeon at a later time, right?
Yeah. And so yeah, I'll just help you recall information that you would have read here.
Cool.
If you need to,
And all those things the things that I really wanted to learn about, I can't.
Not unless you want them recorded.
That's fine. We'll have to find another way.
I mean, or so you did not ask about anything about Manchun.
As soon as she said that my thoughts are being recorded, there's no way I'm asking about, because I am worried about how I will react based on what I learn, because of what I know from what Caloris said and what I know from like just like urban mythology around Manchun. I'm worried that if it records me connecting that I'm working for an outfit that's working for a rogue mage simulacrum, done. Like I'm not. I just don't even go there.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you unfortunately don't learn anything about Manchun, but
I'll have to go to the
you do
fucking
find
city library.
which would certainly be far more limited in scope, if not outright removed from circulation. But you do find some great resources about dealing with demonic servants, how to summon them and dismiss them, and all that good stuff. And some interesting stuff about Undermountain that you probably didn't know about previously.
Which will come up later.
Maybe actually, so you stumble across one interesting detail. You accidentally learn a thing about Manchun in reading about Hallister.
Ooh, a connection between very powerful mages. Tell me more.
In that
They hated each other.
Yes. At one point, the two mages were foes, and it said that Manchun spent some time in Undermountain, where he ran afoul of Hallister, who is the far more powerful wizard.
Oh my god!
And Hallister, according to this particular history, removed Manchun's arm at the elbow for an unknown reason, and then let him escape.
Just straight up took an appendage and was like, "Get out of here, you stupid asshole." That is also, by the way, terrifying. Because Manchun, historically, in D&D mythology, is an insanely powerful wizard. Insanely powerful.
Yeah, it just shows how strong Hallister is.
Yes. It does frame how powerful he is in
Oh yeah.
rather irrefutable terms. In case we needed to be reminded.
Yeah, I think outside of like the most elder of dragons, Alistair is like the strongest thing in the D&D universe.
Terrific. I'm glad we're here.
Which this book makes abundantly clear, talking about all the crazy shit that he did. But you get some details, some history about his apprentices, and the unfortunate things that people either know or speculate happened to them.
Yeah, I do. I will want to remember before we get to the. I know that we've learned that there's a particular level where the guy who like has all the crazy robots is.
Yeah.
Like, I think we know what level of the dungeon that is and what his name is because we learned that from Pretty Keepa. I'll ask you about that later.
Yeah,
I think it's going to come in handy for a while.
Right.
But it just there's a whole spell list that, well, really just one spell I want to make sure that I have prepared for that level. So, anyways, okay, I've hogged the spotlight a lot tonight. I still have a fucking scripted scene.
That's okay. I think a dialogue and exposition heavy first episode is totally acceptable.
Yeah, it's expected.
Yeah. And then the librarian attacks.
Ah!
Initiative. You thought about my dump truck ass?
I see you dragging that wagon.
Okay, so Garnet has learned some of what he set out to learn. But now you know that this is a resource you can use.
Limitedly.
Yeah.
In a limited fashion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get me the fuck out of here.
No, it'd be really funny if it doesn't read your mind at all. She just said that to fuck with you.
No, it doesn't matter. She set the tone. I am done.
No, yeah, and she at this point she's back at
back
at the
outside
tower,
smoking, hanging out with the local teens.
Yeah, I need to head to the North Ward anyways. So,
and
you gotta pinch the filter here. That releases the menthol.
Goddamn. And it like any strange, unexplainable, magical pathway or door, as soon as you step off of the walkway that you were just on, like the street behind you looks completely normal, with regular foot traffic and merchants, stalls, and stuff like that. No sign of the library.
To think that someday I may learn how to do something half as cool as that. Just stay alive. And as Krennet says that, he looks down at his new ring. It's just like, stay alive. Stay alive.
And then swallows it.
I can't lose it.
That's harder than it looks.
This is what they mean by attune with it, right? I have to digest it.
See, Rotharm's at the blacksmith. Did he actually have business there? Or you just like buying stuff?
Literally just buying drops. That's it.
Yeah, grab.
I had nothing else for my.
Not those. Those.
No, the other ones, the pokey ones. Those aren't pokey. Those are round.
You call those caltrops? How dare you?
Let's see. Where is?
You simpleton! Give me a paper bag of caltrops.
Oh,
paper bag of caltrops.
They broke this bag. Get me another bag.
I'm just gonna quickly ask Ham. Just in passing and seeing him, in the days following our ascent from Undermountain. And I'll show him the ring that I bought. And
What
ask.
did you buy?
Check out what I bought for myself.
I bought this ring of mind shielding, and it's this gold band that has this like purple stone with like veins of gold. It almost looks like a brain on the top of the ring. And I tell you that it does a few things. While you wear it and are attuned to it, it does cost attunement. You're immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts to determine whether you're lying, know your alignment, or or your creature type. And creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it. All this sort of stuff. But what really matters here, Ham, is that if you were to die again in any way other than disintegration, the way you died last time, your soul would be bound to the ring. And you wouldn't have to go to the afterworld unless someone broke the ring.
And so
and
you're
it would
a
allow me
lich.
to carry your spirit back and essentially have a better chance of resurrecting you if you were in bad shape. Also, if you say, fuck that, I understand, know that I wear one, and that if I die and I can't be resurrected where I fell, please take the ring and wear it.
Okay.
I want you to be the one that wears it. If I die.
He's like, for the love of God, don't let Rotharm get his
Please
hands on that
don't
ring.
let Rotharm wear the ring.
I wasn't even listening. What is it?
No, you're not even there. But I assume you're listening because apparently you bugged
I mean, Rotham's
the
not going to
entire
know what it
bar.
does. I just literally, like, James doesn't.
It's got his soul in it.
Uh,
He dies
Oh,
wearing
it's
it.
like one of
It's
the,
like a
yeah,
soul
things.
stone from Elder Scrolls.
It's like a Horcrux.
Hold on, it's slight detour here, but you see that at the end of this table, this mace that's laying on the table.
Where
It's like-
Rotham is, or
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
3D modeled, except some of the spikes are not 3D modeled. They're
Wait,
like
at the
textured
end of the
onto
table?
the table. It's like it's melting.
yeah, it's probably a way to save polygons. It's
oh wait, what the fuck?
it is it's
Wait, what?
it's like
It's,
it's melded it's melded with the table, and there's like a fucked up texture.
I
Next
feel
to
like it would be better if they just
Oh.
didn't do that at all. But yeah, maybe I've never seen anything like that in
It's
3D
like-
modeling.
It's like you like make a table, and you're like, oh man, that's a lot of polygons. You're just like,
Sure, but
simplify,
Yeah, 'cause
you
that's
just
actually-
take those
simplify.
spikes off. You don't have to
Yeah.
texture them onto the table. It's
This
so
is
weird.
this is like they optimized it and then just didn't give a shit. Because look at the shield; it's like it's clipping through one of the posts.
Also, God
Yeah.
bless the charm of this universe because it does make it look like someone hand painted it from art. Like
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. I really like the style.
I mean, they for sure-
the clipping post. That's because there's 2 tables stacked here. So that was the guy who made this.
Oh,
But
Okay.
the mace, that is actually part of that table.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw that and it was
No, that's very
Yeah.
interesting. I've
Yeah.
never
I
noticed
mean,
that.
there's a fucking broken sword right here too.
That's so weird.
kind of interesting to think about.
I absolutely love the. Well, that's probably just clipping through the blanket.
Yeah, that's just a
thing.
dagger clipping through.
Yeah.
Some of these are not attached to the table.
I love when I
But-
see the thumbprint like bump maps. and
Yeah,
stuff.
like on the
It's so
rocks and
fucking
things.
Good man.
Uh-huh.
so good.
Yes, I'll wear your creepy lich ring if you die.
it's not a lich ring, okay? It's
It sounds exactly like a phylactery.
it is not a phylactery. I am not a lich. I have no interest at the
Yes.
moment.
Yeah,
You know,
'cause it-
after being dead, I'm kind of a little bit more okay with things coming back from the dead. So if you want to be a lich, I support you, man. You be a lich.
I feel like that's totally in the cards for Crenit too, right? Like,
At some point, I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, why not?
You're potentially the most evil until if Rotharm dies, then you are the most evil.
Rotherham has a little black book called like the actual bad guys, and he just writes down people he doesn't like in there.
Is Gorkins in there?
now he
like,
is.
I feel like Rotherham's like doing what he can to like basically just frame people in case he ever goes down. He's like, I'll either take you down
Yeah.
with me or just pin it on you.
He's
Oh,
he's
Jesus.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh no.
Yeah, when Savra was talking to him about like I know something about it, he was like, oh no, Gorkins fucking talked. Gorkin's fucking made a report.
Yeah, I thought the
Gork.
same thing.
Gorkin's tattled on him.
Why wouldn't
Because,
he?
of course he would.
Of course he
Yeah.
would.
He doesn't
I know
lie.
I
Love
know for a
him.
fact that Gorkins fellow has been embezzling the whole time, and he in fact has hidden it all in a statue in his hometown. Go look.
He's
With
Go
what
look,
money?
been
It doesn't matter what money. It was. No, I also want to imagine that Gorgons and Quiet are just are happily in love somewhere in the quiet countryside somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're the real survivors, like happy survivors of this whole story.
It's like the ending of The Mandalorian.
Season 3 spoilers? I don't know. I haven't seen season
I haven't seen a
3.
single episode, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's fun. It's way more fun with kids, though. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
All right. Well, oh yeah. Also, while we're looking at prop details, this is one of my favorites. The backside of the crossed swords over on the wall here
Oh, okay, yeah.
Backside cross swords.
has
on
like
the
the
wall.
On the wall.
Oh, 2016 Bouncy Rock?
yeah.
Where?
That's them like
Oh.
christening
Water.
the game.
Ah, look at that.
They
Yeah.
started
I love it.
Tailspire in 2016.
2016?
That must be
That's
when they
apparently.
shortly started their company. That must be it.
That's awesome, dude. One of the first
Yeah.
swords they modeled.
Yeah, but it's on the back, so like usually you see this,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, it's
But,
the one on the left that's like
yeah. But if you
Around.
flip it
Smart.
around, it's like yeah.
dude, some of the Legos that like my son has, like that the Lego branding is there, but it's so goddamn small.
Yeah, but it's just like
Some of those
stamped
things
in
are so
somewhere.
small. It's everywhere.
Yeah. So you know it's not a knockoff.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, with business concluded in the castle ward, why don't we take a bio break, and then we can come back and we've got a little intro scene.
Ah, yes. Everybody's got a
maybe,
part.
closer
so
to a
if you
closing
have-
scene.
If
Yeah,
you
there are
don't
several
have
parts.
Um,
if you haven't looked at the script, please download it because you have a part. Everybody's got one.
Oh shit. Okay. I
Uh,
did download it, but I didn't actually like look for my
Almost everybody. I don't think Micers has.
Wait, does Micers not have one?
I don't think.
Oh,
there's
fucking
a
I did.
character
I
for Micers.
excluded Micers in this whole script. Micers, I'm sorry.
Well, there's not that many characters, right? He could play like
There's-
the family dog
Oh,
or something.
I see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Micers, I didn't mean to backseat you this time, but I did apparently. You'll just have to sit back and enjoy the show, and we'll write you into the next
Micers
one I
can,
do.
no,
Where's
Micers can do the
script?
Foley.
I downloaded it once.
Micers can do the Foley. It's the parenthetical things. You need
Oh,
to
he
word
can read the
shutting and
stage action?
cobbled,
Oh, man.
Yeah, the cobbled heels. Yeah.
If he
Alright.
wants to. Yeah, if you just scroll up, there's a docx linked. But yeah, let's take a 5 and then we'll come back and hop on to that.
All right, BRB.
Oakley dokley.
Yeah, I was really excited. I was like, oh, cool, script thing. What part will I do?
You'll be like the family dog that runs in.
You can
Just
take
gotta,
my
like,
part if you want.
You gotta like randomly bark
No,
like
fine.
in between the lines.
Oh, goodbye, Granite.
He's got places to be.
He's got places to be somewhere in the North Ward where things are fancy.
And no Aladars are allowed, apparently.
That's not true. Aladar is just not coming with him. This is a setup scene that we haven't really seen anything about since like chapter 3 of Dragon Heist.
I mean, Aladar's been here before.
By the way, who killed the
That's
family
true.
parrot?
Wait,
An asshole.
Where the fuck's Speedy?
are you confusing the Ovels with the Growlhuns?
I don't know.
That's right.
The
You
Growl
killed that parrot.
Totally
the
different rich
Growlhuns
people.
is where the massacre that would now put the Zents in an unfavorable position happened.
I thought it was your house.
No.
No, you went there and you tried to do art for the daughter.
Much the same architecture because it's the North Ward and people are
Oh.
fancy. But
I thought
Yeah.
that was your house, Credit. Whose parrot did I kill?
Who have I been sending Christmas cards to?
Yeah.
you would have thought I would have been a lot more upset about violently confronting my mother
massacre.
and father and a massacre in my own house.
And doing battle with like the lawn guy.
I've been feeling bad about
I don't
fighting your
remember
family
any
this
of
whole
this.
time.
You can let that go.
Move. Now I know I'm going to heaven. I didn't actually do that.
That was the one thing that was going to weigh you down.
His one guilt.
That's a-
So dumb. I don't even know where to start.
Then
All
whose
right.
bed did I shit on? That was your bed.
It was
Oh.
not,
Oh, no.
I haven't been even really allowed in the house since before before Dragon Heist started.
I mean,
I've
we went
been-
there in Dragon Heist.
I for sure.
We did,
I
but
for
we were
sure
not
argued
supposed to
with
be
your
there.
father when he caught me at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
told you
You guys
he,
got
he,
kicked out.
He spared no time in telling you exactly where you could fuck off to.
No, I thought
I drew a
All
cool
right.
painting of your sister.
You did, yeah. Good
Never done
charcoal drawing.
Stick figure
I
with
just-
boobs.
I.
See, it's you.
All right.
I'll follow your lead on this one.
Hopefully the shots aren't fucked up. We'll see if cutscene mode is playing nice.
You just share the joy.
All right, this should be looking at Crinit approaching
Yep.
the Ovell estate in the North Ward in Waterdeep. Perhaps in the morning, maybe very late morning at this point. There's been a lot going on. His agenda's been kind of delayed.
So approaching the front doors of the Ovell estate. Hail, Blevik, you old sod! It's been a while. Hope door duty's been treating you well.
The street urchins know by now to keep off the grass when I'm around. Master Credit. What brings you around? I hear you and your buds are running a raucous bar over in Troll Skull Alley. Thought about stopping in one of these days to say hello.
Yes, the sober kobold. You should come, Blevik. If I'm there, I will personally pay for your tab for the evening. It would be an honor to host you.
And the two men shake hands.
Should I notify someone in the house that you're here to speak?
Am I still so formally outcast?
I take orders from your father first and foremost. You are not to be granted free entrance to the grounds or estate without invitation or supervision.
So, word may not have reached them about my business venture in Trollskull Alley, but what of my deeds for the city of Waterdeep? My service for our open lord? My heroics in Undermountain?
Can't say, my lord. Town criers haven't exactly been yelling your name in the street. So, who can I announce that you are here to see?
My mother.
Announcing Crennet Ovel, seeking audience with Lady Ovel.
Blevik closes the door and stands back outside with Krennet. Yep, somehow. There we go.
Really? I am to wait outside? Am I not even allowed to wait in the entrance hall?
Afraid not, Master Crennet. Order your father.
The sound of cobbled heels shoes running towards the door can be heard from inside before the front door opens again, revealing an elated Amalia Ovel.
Krennet!
She runs and throws her arms around him.
Amalia, sister, it is good to see you too.
I never thought I would be so happy to see my stupid big brother.
Happy to see me, eh? Things must be pretty bad if I'm having that effect on you.
Krennet looks up from the embrace as they let go of each other to see the visage of his mother, Tilana, standing in the doorway. Her austere face shows little emotion of either delight or disappointment. Krennet, what a surprise. What brings you to darken our doorstep?
Mother, are you not happy to see your son?
Years of disappointment at his hands steel my heart against such feelings.
Mother.
No, Amalia, she's right. I have always represented the family name in a way that brought I have not always represented the family name in a way that brought pride to the Ovel name. I was lazy, irresponsible, drunk, petulant, derisive, and many other things that likely caused shame and harm to the Ovel name.
Tilana's eyebrow goes up.
But I have changed. And I am here to say that I'm sorry that it was having to make my way on my own, to face danger and death, lose friends, struggle in business, and learn what I can do that would give me the mettle to finally become what you raised me to be.
Is that so?
I come to you today, a hero of Waterdeep, in the service of Silverhand herself, a master of the arcane, an entrepreneur, a changed man. I come in the spirit of remuneration to the family name.
See, Mother, you can't find it in your heart to look upon him with favor.
From behind Tilana in the doorway, the authoritative visage of Demilio Ovel emerges.
Sir, the prodigal son has returned.
Father, is Osvaldo going to come out next so that I can speak to the whole family?
No, he is hard at work in running the warehouse, making back the money we wasted on you.
Perhaps you did not hear the news that I've brought to share.
I heard everything you have said, and your exile will remain.
It was a mistake coming here. Time has not softened your stone hearts, it seems. Amalia, take good care of yourself. You know where to find me should you need to. You are the best of us. Never forget that, or let them take it from you. Blevik, Krennet pats the guardsman on the shoulder. Be seeing you.
Eh.
Krennet strides away. Tilana and Domilio stand silent in the doorway as he leaves. A tear rolls down Amalia's cheek as Krennet turns down the street and disappears.
Does he look back? Does he hold
Krennet?
it in, or does he look back one last time?
No, Krennet is a part of the city. The city is always going to force this element of confrontation with his family. Krennet loves the place that he's from. He just has a very hard time loving the people that he's from. And they feel the exact same way. And I mean, some of it, like right about the time when you all met Krennet at the beginning of Dragon Heist, Krennet had been an awful son, knowing full well the entire time that he grew up that his older brother was going to inherit the business, and it was up to Krennet to make anything of himself, and he decided he was going to make next to nothing of himself until there was nothing left to make. And it was only then that he was willing to sort of think about what he was going to be. And by then it was too late for these people. So. But because Krennet actually has family in Waterdeep, where the rest of you do not, I wanted to give an exacting scene of how everyone in his family feels about him at the moment. So, thanks for participating.
You're saying we should kill your father. And you'll be
Patricide.
I killed the wrong father.
How the
We'll
nobles.
just send Rotham
how
over there.
nobles
It'll
go.
just happen.
Yeah.
Fix that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if you remember, but the first time that Rotharm met Demilio intimidated Rotharm pretty badly.
That's all. He'll come back and he'll shine his teeth.
No, I remember
Who's
that.
the scary
Yeah,
guy
it's like,
now?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you up
Emilio
here?
is not a guy that enjoys parsing words with anyone. He is an intimidating son of a bitch. There's a reason why Krennet said that he'd rather speak to his mother than his father. Because there are a ton of sour grapes between Krennet and his dad. A ton. Anyways.
Let's be fair. The noble families of Waterdeep are kind of assholes in general.
Yeah. It's not fun. It's
For
not
a
nearly
long
as much fun as it looks like from the outside to be a noble at all. I mean, it's not fun to be poor. Don't get me wrong. Different struggles.
Yeah.
Is it Amphale? One of the smaller, or Longsaddle, I forget. One of the smaller cities, like on the outskirts of Waterdeep, I was reading about, and it's like noble families in Waterdeep send their young, rambunctious kids there, so they can get in trouble and like not embarrass the family, over there instead of like in the city.
Yeah, that makes sense actually in a weird
Get those
fucked up
youthful
way.
predilections out
Yeah.
there.
It's surprising that Krennet wasn't shipped off.
It is surprising. And that's because the Ovels are by no means the richest of families in Waterdeep. Like, they are like barely upper middle class Waterdeep.
Well, that means they have it the worst. Because that means they have all of the middle class clawing at them and then they have the nobles that want to kick them out. They kind of
Looking
have
down
it
on
rough,
him.
you know.
I'm sorry. Did I say upper middle class? Or
Yeah.
what did I say?
Yeah.
No,
Upper
sorry.
middle.
They would be like middle upper class. So they're
Oh,
like
okay.
not the creme de la creme by any
Oh,
means.
okay. They don't mind.
And the only reason
Like they still live in a gated community.
they still live in a gated community. They still live in the most expensive part of Waterdeep. But they don't live in like the largest home. The Ovels are not like a lauded name amongst like the Waterdeep elite.
Well, certainly not
It
anymore.
just so happens that like
That's
the
just their
Ovel trading
son.
company makes a lot of money, and the Krennet has done no favors in his growing up because Krennet is a drunk or has been a drunk for most of his life.
It did wonders for
And
me.
Yeah, I mean it is what endears him so much to people like Aladar. It's exactly how he knows Aladar, is being an absolute barhound. It's how Krennet met Floon, and all these people, and eventually got in with the wrong crowd, made a bad bunch of friends. Some of those friends made off with an amulet that Krennet valued, and that's how our group got started. So, thank you, Kai. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, players.
Thanks for writing the scene.
Yeah.
maybe I'll do one where it's about Eldar and before he came to Waterdeep.
Do it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to pitch scenes, that's totally fine.
It's just Aladar going through the night like against Chumbawamba.
I drink a vodka drink, and when I have to pee, I use the kitchen sink.
Trying to write
It's
the song.
it's just
Trying to write the
Aladar
song to
karaoke.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah,
Yeah, trying to come up with it while drinking like that.
karaoke, pass out in the alleyway.
It's like drink 8 beers, then roll against like a DC 20 for Constitution to try and write Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kai.
Yeah.
When I went back and rewatched the episode, we don't have a lot of details about where we are actually trying to get to find a runestone. And it may be that Laryl doesn't know, but that it is just somewhere deep within and we're to inquire. Is that the case?
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have. She, regretfully doesn't have accurate details. Only that she knows it's something that Hallister possesses, and as such, it's probably, well kept, well guarded. So not somewhere that's going to be easy to find. You probably have, you probably have a long journey ahead of you.
We could just leave Waterdeep. That is an option, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
But Aladar could be a masked lord, maybe.
Good. Or I could do
Aladar,
nothing
this is
and
the most promising lead that you've had on your dream since you set out on your dream, which was a couple of days ago.
But I like the idea of doing nothing, and we could just leave and do nothing.
That's the hard part about dreaming, is that dreaming demands a little bit of action.
Oh man, I'll have to drink on
How do
it.
they like my scones?
It's so great that Tailspire had the forethought to just give Tick the perfect fucking model so that he would never have to go to Tailspire
It's
ever.
I wouldn't be against it, but it's perfect.
I mean,
It's
it's
so
so
goddamn
it's so
perfect.
accurate, just right out of the box, right?
It screams. This is when I think Tick. This is exactly the model.
I mean, yeah.
It's like a little dilapidated looking. He's a little manic. It's
I mean,
great.
yeah. You don't have like some of the I mean, it's a good model still. Like even though it's a
a good
Tailspire model. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just
It's full of character. It's one of
He's
their
got like the
it's one of
pack
their
with all
better
the
definitely
tools
one of the better
attached to it
ones,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
It's also definitely like a bit Skeksis too.
Yeah.
Hell, Skexy.
He's a manic Skexy dream girl.
God damn it, Ben. You
zooming
can
in on
only
that
squeeze
face
so much inspiration from one
and the eyes.
Right.
one
Those,
take
those
here, man.
beady dotted eyes.
Yeah, it's definitely the eyes.
I want a shirt now that says Manic Skexy Dream Girl.
Just
Did
like
they like my scones?
I will try a scone. Do I have to roll a Constitution save?
let's see. Let's have Tick roll a cooking check.
Well, I was gonna throw it dramatically and thank him for putting a cool tray for allowing me to dramatically throw.
Walk in during that meeting. By the way, thank you, Kai. That was the snicker from you. Like sealed the deal in that super important lore meeting. As I just start putting scones on the table. Fucking killed me. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you're
according to the internet, no one
I am
has had that idea. Please capitalize and make a shirt about it.
It's time.
how
Start
the
the
fuck would
empire.
anybody come up with that idea? Like that's so
You just watched it happen live.
I'll write it
in a
down.
very specific like microcosm of I don't know.
I just assume originality is dead in general.
Well, sure.
What stat is chef's utensils?
It kind of varies, but we'll say wisdom.
All right. And I'm proficient now, so that'll be a +5.
I guess you could make an
one.
argument for.
That's an 8.
Okay.
And I do want it known that there's fish and some grass.
Okay, so the
in
system
these
I had in
scones.
mind was going to be 10 plus however far off Tick got from a 20. So Constitution DC 22.
Can I do a sleight of hand to pretend I eat one?
Sure.
Oh, sorry, I have to- this
13.
is
Mmm, it's so good.
Elias keeps saying I keep overcooking the meat, so I decided to not overcook the meat this time.
It's so good. I don't want you to serve it to anyone.
Straight to jail. Yeah, just for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Okay.
Put them in a barrel outside, and I'll eat them
put
later.
him in a barrel. Tick
Mm.
Tick sees you, like toss the thing over your shoulder. And
Hazelnut,
Credit
Human Explorer.
has a real hard time. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
what the fuck?
you dropped yours. I'll hand him another.
Oh no, I'm full from the other ones I ate. They were so good.
Credit's
Oh,
like
no,
retching.
It's right there.
It's
I can see it.
You're gonna die.
Dick,
You're
Dick,
gonna get right in Credit's face. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Tick, how much salt? How much salt did you put in this? It's almost like like SeaTac biscuit. It's
like a brick and a half.
Well. Let me wait. Hold on. Elias.
You know these will be
Elias.
perfect to feed to our enemies.
Elias.
Yeah, you
How
don't
much
need to
salt? How much salt was supposed to go on the scones?
like a tiny bit, almost none.
Oh, I thought Oh.
You swapped
Why
sugar
do you-
for salt, didn't you?
They shop
Why do you
flour
keep the
for
sugar?
salt.
Yeah,
Why do you keep the sugar and the salt right next to each other?
because they often go together. They are different things, you know.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Wait, let me taste this. Oh. Tick comes over and grabs the tray and says, "The experiment has failed."
You hear that?
Yeah.
Experiment.
Proceeds to dump it.
You're gonna puke.
Also-
You're gonna puke.
It's not so much that I'm gonna puke. It's that the minute I drink anything, I'm going to have diarrhea.
Tick Tick comes back with a smaller tray of different treats. they're significantly less. They seem a little bit more specialized. Where instead you saw scones with fillets of fish in it, and what looked like some sort of green herb. Instead, there seems to be. Hold on.
You have
I
an
actually
actual
need to check my
recipe.
inventory. There are three.
Beholder eyes.
Three specifically. It seems to be fruit stuffed with some sort of a crushed beetle, with legs still sticking in there. He goes, "I've been working on this a little bit more. This should help out with the indigestion. This should help. This should help."
Kuva,
It's hard to make. It's hard to make. It's hard to make. So
Kuva, you
I
first,
couldn't
buddy.
make as many.
Oh, these gold grape mouthfeel.
I hope he never says
It
that
is-
again.
It is the fruit is sweet and the beetles are very sour
You don't
with
say.
with a distinct crunch inside what should be a nice sweet smooth fruit. Who
Okay.
takes them? There are three.
I roll a 19 on my con save for these.
These are
For a
different.
total of 20.
Who took them?
Krennic took one.
Kuva, Krennic.
There's one left.
Rotharm.
Are you looking at me?
Ham also is addicted to food.
Is
Well,
he?
this is new ham. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, that may no longer be true. I don't have the sword that makes me super
He's a
hungry.
halfling. Okay, he was addicted to food before he had Piercer.
Whoever the three are that ate this, they gain. If I can figure out where the fuck I put this damn thing.
Was it like 3 or 4 temporary hit points or something?
Yeah, temporary HP. 3 temporary HP
All right.
to help coincide with any negative effects from the previous meal.
It'll help colon side, that's for sure. Get what I'm saying?
These are much more in Tick's wheelhouse,
Talking
which
about
is not
doo-doo.
good for your taste buds, but good for your stomachs.
I'm down with that. Except I assume that I still have to be in Waterdeep for like 2 more days before I can actually go down to the dungeon.
You don't want to go down there tonight?
It's not that. It's that I have a debt of time in order to actually have transcribed the spells from the books that I already sold. I need 3 days to get the other spells, all of the spells that I got from Kellum's and Marta's spell books into my spell book so that I could have sold them. Yeah.
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 And,
Garzik,
all
how do we
that
pass 3 days?
coulda gone
What
down.
should I do?
Do some fucking work around here.
He was going to say whiskey, but
Oh,
doing
wait,
work is
it's like
really good. Really good, Garzik.
No.
Rotham's gonna go check the books of the business and see how it's been doing.
We go drink at a
Check
different
and
bar?
modify the books.
feel
Oh, that
like-
reminds me. Let's roll for how much money you guys have made. I think it's been a while.
Dice tower. Let's get the dice tower.
Just
out
be
here.
aware that the credit is independently paying room and board for the Zentrum contingent.
Oh, you don't need to
I can't
pay
speak
it.
for the rest of the business.
No, honestly, like I was watching What We Do in the Shadows the other day. I think it'd be like completely reasonable that each person who owns a part of this business is also embezzling from the business.
Yeah, like we're all embezzling.
It's like in like Metalocalypse, they're like, we found out who was embezzling from the business, from the band. They're like, who is it? It's like you, all of you, you all, you're doing.
And they're all surprised. Oh, what, really? Yeah.
And it's Basil's,
In Basel.
and it's Basil's.
So usually it's just one person who makes the roll for the business. But Kai, how do you want to?
Yeah, we'll just have whoever wants to can make the
I'm
roll.
sure I rolled like
Just-
the last couple times.
I've been here the whole time. Fuck it. Let's see how well this sober kobold does under Tick's management.
Nice. Okay,
My God.
let me look at how this actually ends up being. Okay.
I thought it was
hold
like
on.
several
It's-
like D8s.
Turns
or
out the-
something.
Well, it's supposed to be a D100. Ah,
Oh.
nice.
Yeah,
But I'll give you a little bonus for the 20.
fair. How
Yeah,
do I
we've
get
got
a
we've got
D100 on
James's
Spellfire?
sweet dice tower out here.
Then it's the 10 and the
D100
two
is the 10
zeros.
and the 0. Yeah.
Oh geez,
Oh, the
that thing
10
is
and-
like fancy.
Wait, where's
Yeah, it falls down
Oh,
on
God.
a little pyramid there.
Yeah. So like fans out from there.
Womp womp.
32. We lost 30 gold. Well,
Where is it all going?
on account of the nat 20, I'm gonna bump that up. So we'll say that you lucked out. Some drunk patron left their coin purse on the bar, which caused the sober kobold to break even for the week.
Yay.
Some guy
All right.
died and ripped his wallet inside.
Pretty much.
To be fair, the
I mean-
bar isn't about making money. It's more about status.
It's about
it's
being
about-
a
it's-
front for the Zentrum.
It's a front
It's
for
about
us.
being in front for the Zens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It wasn't
unfortunately.
always. It wasn't always. But in the very
wasn't
beginning, it
always.
was just kind of a status thing that we did.
I mean,
At first, it was just a
front for
giant
whatever we
money
want.
hole. Yeah.
It's
We
very
could
much
use
like
it for
the bar
money
in Always
laundering.
How do you
Yeah.
not make money with a bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow.
We drink a lot.
Everyone looks at Aladar like Aladar and
So there's
Credit
gonna
with,
be
like, double fisting.
regulars staying here, right?
What are you
Like,
talking about?
from- There's gonna be people that are staying here for like a while we go out venturing and stuff.
That's all it
There's
is.
Zens, and I'd like to point out you're a Harper.
Yeah,
I mean,
mean,
Garzik and Hallius are here all the time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do they like walk around with like bandanas?
And you guys don't rent out rooms. Like you're just
Yeah,
No, we
never
sent them
have.
out.
yeah,
you're-
but
We
they
just
are
bar.
staying here.
yeah, but
God
the
damn it.
yeah,
Alright.
the Zent leadership though, yeah, they have taken up kind of like they don't all stay here like overnight, but this is their sort of
Istra does.
primary. Yeah, she does.
She
The
cleaned my
others,
room, and I've been just sleeping on top of the bar.
the others stop in. So it's like their primary kind of business meetup location. But
Okay. If that's
yeah,
the case,
Garzik and Hallius are pretty much always here.
all right.
And
Because
Kuba.
you cheap bastards won't hire anybody else.
Well,
We did last time. It was
we
a
did
problem.
hire help, and then they decided to infest the place with rats. Okay, we were just slow to trust again. We've had our heart broken. Okay,
Maybe
We're
get
just
some of
not
those
ready.
Goblins up here.
we're
and
not
have
ready to
them,
love again, Garzik.
Have them work.
Do you
Oh.
have any other full orc brethren in the neighborhood that want to bust tables, bro? Because I am down for a recommendation. That's what I thought.
No, they all work at hair salons.
Wait, what?
Okay. The only other
you
full
do
orc
have,
lady we know is Kuma's aunt, and she doesn't have hair. either.
His whole yeah.
But Kuma somehow has glorious locks.
Ocean changes a man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the salt and air, man, really increases the curlage.
It's like some poor sap's like scalp is just a hairpiece.
It's all about conditioning. Put coconut oil in it.
That
You do
stuff I drank
have.
the other day.
It's. Did you drink my shampoo?
No, it was Tick. Yeah, Tick.
You mean I've been putting shampoo on my sandwiches? I'm like, yeah, if you're using the thing marked mayonnaise.
You know, the sunscreen alcohol is really good.
Yeah. Thing is, we didn't make you one.
No, this is good.
You do have a new employee freeloader in
Oh,
Flutterfoot
yeah.
Zip Swiggle.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
assume he's going to be tortured to death, as I hope.
Tortured to death by who?
The Zendrome.
Oh, yeah, you and I know that could be a thing because they know who he
I
was.
kind of wished for it. That was my last thing I said about it. Was you should torture him just to be safe.
Can we like have him like do a play where he like spreads propaganda about our deeds?
Totally. Yeah.
We write the scripts. They're
Like,
But hear me out. We could have him tortured to death.
he could be a useful asset.
Or
Yes, and
or
tortured
we
to
could-
death.
We could just have the calming feeling knowing that the gnome gesture was tortured to death.
Jesus.
But yeah,
how's Ham looking lately? Like, is he still brimming full of weapons, or is he looking like a lot more?
He's got a
Well-
shirt that says
Yeah,
"I'm
he's
with
like
stupid."
so
on
he's
it.
like in the night.
He's
in the
got
night.
an oversized nightie of a shirt, and
He's
that's
like, I
it.
got
He has no
disintegrated, and all I got was this dumb T-shirt.
Ugh.
That's what you respawn in. That's canon now.
Oh my god, dude. Why
he's
do
like, I
people
don't know,
not
that's
make D&D merch
I
like
was just,
this?
I'm googling that right now.
That's
Is that
what
a thing?
everybody
I got
wears in the
disintegrated,
afterlife.
and all
I don't know what to
got
tell
was
you.
this T-shirt.
Nope,
Nope,
yeah,
that's not a T-shirt yet.
So did Ham like buy back just some standard gear?
I DM'd you the list.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Okay.
There's some magic items in there.
Oh yeah, that's a hefty total.
Yep, I do have the gold for it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, none of that is outlandish, so yeah, that's fine.
Although Ben, is this going to be like you trying to get your Venmo account back? Like you have to prove that you're.
Okay. Highlights are +1 studded leather, +2 +1 rapiers, and a ring of spell storing.
Like the dual rapiers.
Okay. Are you? Can you? Do you? Are you?
Yes, use your words.
Do you have a reason for not having heavier armor than studded leather?
My AC ends
Dex
up
bonus?
being the same as medium armor because of the dex limit. And
So can I just straight up buy you an adamantine chain shirt?
possibly.
Is there
I
a
assume
dex
that's
bonus cutoff
500.
on that?
It's not the dex bonus. That still is medium armor. What I want to protect Ham against is
Crits.
Yeah.
against criticals.
Yeah, adamantine is crazy good.
Change shirt.
How come you never buy me anything adamantine?
Because I don't expect you to get hit.
That's medium. So the thing is, medium armor limits my dex bonus to +2. So if I put that on, my AC will go down by 2.
But isn't studded leather medium armor?
No, it's light armor.
Yeah.
It's the high end of light.
So
I would have to buy mithril armor for your ass.
+1 studded leather is the same AC as +1 scale mail, which is
So
what
I would
was
have to
using
buy
before.
mithril for you.
I mean, just don't.
Oh, mithril
I'm
is
fine.
What do you mean just don't? What do you mean
Mithril is
just
heavy,
don't?
though.
No, mithril's light.
You won't get hit that often, and when he
Oh,
does,
like
it'll be a
mithril.
crit,
Okay,
so...
mithril. What though? Because there's
Okay,
lots of different
okay,
mithril.
so
I see
Fuck.
medium, heavy, medium, heavy, medium.
no, he has to. He would literally have to upgrade to medium for me to be able to do anything for him. So that's fine. Whatever. New ham is new ham.
The new ham don't need
I will
shit.
still be able to I will still be able to cast haste and enlarge on him. Well, not both at the same time, but what are my other ham? I equipped some ham buff spells on purpose.
I have a Rotharm buff spell, so you never think about Rotharm.
What is a? No, I don't. You're right. I don't. I could upcast haste to level 4 and cast on 2 creatures, but I often don't because Rotharm already or doesn't have Rotharm, you don't have 2 attacks, right?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I think rogues do.
With a crossbow expert.
Oh, with crossbow expert. Okay, but I don't think rogues get the
Not
extra
naturally.
attack.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
don't. You're right.
Yeah, it's because he's using a crossbow sidearm.
But I can cast
Or-
greater invisibility on someone. And
Oh, thank God you took that. I was going back and forth about taking that as a 2nd, 4th level spell, and I was like, who in the party would I want to cast this on? Because I'm not sure Krennet would actually be Krennet would be a great beneficiary of it.
I can
but
also cast
because of-
invisibility for free. So
You do?
yeah, DOS loot comes with like 7 spells I can use once a day.
I'm sorry, you own something called Das Loot?
Yes.
I thought that's
yeah,
how you were referring
yeah, it's
to
an
your
actual
loot.
item.
It is a bard, wondrous item that there's only 7 of these instruments, and DOS loot is weirdly cheap. And
Yep, and
just as
he
good as the other ones, pretty much.
rolled the check to find it. So
Holy
And it was a loot that Aladar had in the first campaign I played it. So
Before he
That's
died
awesome.
in Chult?
Hmm.
In that alternate reality?
and they just left it. They just left the loot there. They just said, "Fuck it."
Is it
none
the
of us
same
play
one? Is it
instruments."
like the same like 6 out of 7 Stradivarius?
Well, supposedly there's only one DOS loot, so weirdly feels
Okay.
right. So if I lose it, that's
oh,
the end
like
of it.
there's 6 of the instruments set, but only one of each instrument
Yeah,
type.
which is weird because you would think that would mean it would be like fucking rare.
Yeah, that's what I thought, like reading
Yeah.
it, but then it's just like, nah, it's just
Like
Kinda-
it was like 800 gold. Oh,
Is
okay.
there like a fun backstory to it, like why there's a set? Or...
I don't think so. I think they're just like items that were in like really old D&D.
Hmm.
So like
That's cool.
they've just kind of
Alright.
moved forward.
yeah, got some kind of source. But yeah, greater invisibility on any of your stabby characters is
On
gonna be
Tick.
super effective.
That's right, Tick. Making you invisible. Gotta get in there and defuse that bomb.
Rotharm with level 8 is now proficient with let's see, the feat he got was Poisoner. So I've now got this like, little like my first Poisoner's kit that I can open
My
up and keep
first
everything all
Poisoner.
nice and safe.
So what's that like allow you to do? Just
What it lets
Deal
me do
poison
is with
attacks?
an hour. Yeah, so it when I make a damage roll that deals poison damage, it ignores resistance to poison damage.
what?
I can apply poison to a weapon or a piece of ammunition as a bonus action instead of an action now.
Oh my god, you're like the Witcher.
You gain proficiency with the Poisoner's Kit if you don't already have it, and then with 1 hour of work using a Poisoner's Kit and expending 50 gold points pieces worth of materials, you can create a number of doses of potent poison equal to your proficiency bonus of 3 currently. Then once applied to a weapon or piece of ammunition, the poison retains its potency for a minute or until you hit with the weapon or ammunition. When a creature
Wow,
takes
man.
damage, the creature must succeed on a DC 14 con save or take 2d8 poison damage and become poisoned
Nice.
until the end of your turn.
Do I have a couple of vials
Damn
of
dog.
poison for you, Puck? Except I want to keep them because I'm worried what you would do with them.
Gonna stab your
I'm just
drow
I'm
friend.
going to open this kit like up on the counter, like where all
Yeah.
the food and other beers are, and just going to start keeping stuff around.
Just
and
all
organizing.
willy nilly.
What the fuck are you doing, Rather?
I'm sorting my stuff. I heard some things kind of come loose, and I just wanted to make sure all the tops are sealed.
Man, that ignoring poison resist is
oops! And I like knock one over, and it's like
crazy
don't
good,
breathe
though.
in for 15 seconds.
Oh, absolutely, because so many things have like resistance to poison.
Yeah, that whole shit with the spiders and shit. I was like, oh fuck, man, poison is gonna be so clutch to just.
And
fly.
we have at least 2 full other levels between us and 10 that are chuck-a-buck choked with drow. Guaranteed from what we know so far.
And then you just like see it like Rotherham smile at you, and it's just like just many vials. He's like, yes.
His teeth glint off the vials.
I didn't. Oh, weird. When you get a weird angle, Slotham's sword looks weird.
Is it?
It's a
Yeah.
rapier. It is a weird shape. Like,
Well, like if I look at you at like an angle, it's like gold and rusted, but then when I look straight on, it's silver.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
the
Must be
texture looks
reflecting
kind
the
of
light
like
or something.
it's the reflection of the light. I might have the light turned on.
it does look kind of. It's got some like imperfections if you zoom up to it.
Yeah, it's a
Anyway.
little rough.
It is a magic weapon.
I
So.
like how it glints though. That's cool.
Yeah,
Since
what's
it's like-
crazy is they redid the model. You can see this is the new one, and
That
Ham
looks so
has
much
the old
better
one.
than Ham's.
Yeah, well,
I
my
remember
old
like
model has the old one.
the old model. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
man, I really wish it was better because
Yeah, look,
It's
here.
it looks like a
It's-
Nerf rapier.
Big old chunk.
it's so
Yeah, it's
like
huge.
chunky, right?
It's huge.
It
It makes me nervous. Like
is that the
3D
same one?
printing
It
stuff.
is.
It
Huh.
is. You can't
Yeah.
find the old one anymore. They redid the model.
Interesting.
Oh, good, because
Strength
yours
now.
looks way better.
It has a
Yeah.
scabbard now,
Now,
which is crazy.
I will say though, if I got these like actually 3D printed, I would want the chunky one because I'd
Yes,
be really worried about the thin
absolutely.
one breaking.
Even the chunky
Yeah.
weapons on theirs break pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Like I had a huge
but
katana on my samurai, and that thing fucking broke like immediately.
shit.
Yeah.
In true katana fashion.
Wasn't folded
Kai-
1,000 times.
We
Yes,
don't.
sir.
Do we, from either Kelris or Istrid, we don't know necessarily anything for certain about Ziraj and his whereabouts, correct?
No, they said if everything that Kelris said was true, he is likely somewhere in Skullport.
Okay. As a sort of a retcon from our conversations, could I have at least, because I had never met Ziraj, maybe I'd only heard about him in passing.
Yeah, because we
Could I
never
pass along
encountered
to
him.
the
right?
crew some things that we know about Ziraj, the hunter?
Yeah,
Mirage?
and they
No,
would
Ziraj with a Z.
they would
Never met her.
definitely.
It's a he.
Ooh.
You're you're batting
You son of
1,000
a-
out here.
Yeah, but he's a half orc assassin.
Yep.
I see, he was a hunter.
Well, yeah, you hire him to hunt people and he kills them.
So yeah, so he will wherever we
That's
run
what it
into
looks
him,
like.
he will use range for an advantage. And so all of a sudden, where it has not mattered that much before, whenever we run into him, cover will be very important.
Is he
Because
hunting us?
he will once he knows that we're after him. Absolutely, 100%. And we have to bring him in. We have to bring his body back.
Yeah, like you might capture him, but it's really no difference either way because
Yeah.
he'll need to be. He's missing a brain, so he'll need to be
Is this
restored.
something I missed in the beginning of the game tonight?
Maybe they just touched on it. Like,
Yeah.
the tiefling that you guys rescued from Xanathar's lair, she hired Ziraj and Melun War Dragon, like two of the most badass people she could find, to help her assassinate Xanathar, allegedly at the behest of some wizard that is like a Waterdeep legend at this point, and like the kind of the OG founder of this interim. From what Kelris told you, Melun betrayed them because this occurred when he had been under Xanathar's control before you guys kind of fixed him. And so that resulted in Kelris being captured and tortured, and Ziraj had a brain bug, had a intellect devourer put in his head.
Wait, does Xanathar know that? I mean, he knows he works with the mind flayers.
Oh yeah. So like Xanathar knows that he bested these guys and that Ziraj works for him now.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Is the
And so now there's a
eyes for
super
Xanathar.
dangerous assassin that is working for him and unknown whereabouts. But Xanathar is super paranoid, and based on the intel that Istrid gave you, like all of Skullport is on lockdown. So it's going to be a major challenge getting back in there.
And we suspect that he's also like compromised by the mind flayers.
Ziraj is, yeah.
Okay.
That's what Kelris told you.
Did we talk to Meloons about this at all?
No, nobody's.
I
Nobody
need to go
has
visit an old friend.
seen him. Oh, I'm sure he'd be very happy to
An
see you.
old friend.
And this would have all occurred like before we met Meloon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he was staying in the yachting portal.
Yeah.
And Rothar was spying on him and stuff and trying to determine what was up with him.
Yeah. So at any rate, a dangerous piece is on the board, and nobody knows where it is exactly. But yeah, he does have a reputation for having a really big long bow that he uses to literally smite foes because he is a paladin.
Oh, fuck.
Does that work?
It does,
What?
surprisingly.
That's awesome.
You just don't usually do it because you go strength, you know.
Interesting.
I mean, you know, he's probably good at both, but yeah, there are smite spells that work on ranged attacks.
What do we know that he's a paladin?
Yeah, they Istrid and Davil and those guys would have, you know, given you the deets to warn you. Explain
I mean-
kind of what you're going up against.
So then would I know like kind of like
You can,
Not
yeah,
some-
I mean,
like-
you could talk to him about like getting more detailed info if you want to come up with a plan.
If we are to run. The problem is that we also don't know where we're going to run into him at. Yeah.
well, I mean
Yeah.
that might be something that Rotherham does, like in the what you have 2 days of debt, right? Credit.
Yeah, because you guys are gonna hang for a bit while Granite.
We asked Laryl for 3 days topside before we had to go back down.
And she
that's
didn't.
really-
She didn't give you like a deadline or anything. She knows
No,
that it's gonna
no,
take a long
yeah.
time.
Him is definitely spending some time shoving some spells into this ring.
You're like, Granite, how do I do this?
It's- Hey guys, look what I learned.
Trying to match it into your head.
Look what I can do.
Get in there. Do you know what you want to put in the ring yet?
I'm gonna put Shadow Blade, Misty Step, and Magic Missile.
Damn.
Cool.
Can you just put
So
like
a
3
1,
Misty
a
Steps in
2,
there?
and a 2?
I could put 2. It's a total
I
of
think
5
it's-
levels.
Yeah, it's
so
based
there's
on the
2
levels of
second
spells, right?
levels. Yeah.
Just two second levels on the first level?
Yeah.
And I've got 2 second levels in the first level as well right now.
I mean, with the spell slot economy the way it is, I think that makes a lot more sense than 5 level 1 spells.
Yeah.
I've got two Misty Steps and a shield. And it's all getaway. Because if it comes down to the ring,
Makes sense. It's like a ring of
things have
protection,
gone-
basically.
Things have gone really wrong.
Yeah.
How could 2 spellcasters now come up with a couple extra spell slots?
Well,
What's the
the economy is in shambles.
Okay. So I had asked Laryl directly about anything around demonic summoning. This is Mike just being like, there's no way the magic shop in the street is going to sell me a scroll of summon greater demon.
No, that seems like a huge liability.
And so I assume that that's one of the, and I know that technically with DM approval, I should be able to summon a Mezoloth if that's what I'm aiming for. And we
Yeah,
know
'cause
the
it's just based
Mezlot's
on
name. And well, I can't bind him like an Eidolon or something. I should be able to at least keep him on the battlefield. But I realize that summoning Shrekto is super dangerous because even though knowing his name, he would have to roll his saves at disadvantage.
Yep.
There's a chance that you could roll super high and he could cast Cloud Kill.
Yep.
And kill
And
another one of
was-
my characters.
and kill another one of Micah's characters.
One of Sam's old warlock, several campaigns ago, dabbled heavily in demon summoning. And
How did that
Great.
go, Sam?
it went great.
It was great.
And one time it got off the leash, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you
Yeah,
want
it's like
me.
a Rottweiler
You
in
also
a,
want me to
kids park.
be able to summon Shrekto.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I want.
Man,
That'd be great.
I
wanna
love the
see-
chance.
I want to see where everybody else is locked out of the room, and Krennic just stands in the blood drawn circle, and summons Shrekto, and just berates him verbally as Shrekto tries like vehemently to kill Krennic, and he just can't because Krennic's just standing inside the circle of protection.
Yeah.
And it's just having a discussion with Shrekto about like, look, dude, I know your name. I can summon you at any time now, and you have killed a friend of mine, and you're gonna make up for that.
I'm gonna make you kill everybody.
I'm gonna.
I mean, it's probably totally into that, being a demon and all, but
Yeah,
It
he's
would-
like, you just need to ask nicely.
yeah.
Well, I
Bro,
read
just
the
text
rules
me and I'll
about
be
how, like
there.
how other people have like tried to not, well, yeah, essentially like permanently add a demon
Mhm.
under your control, and it's a fucked up, convoluted process of exploitations of rules that Crawford has made no allusions to actually agreeing with. It's like that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's designed to be a pretty temporary thing, but
Yeah.
Especially because the only thing that they would love more than just killing everybody in sight is absolutely massacring whoever summoned them.
Yeah. And
So
just the fact that if he can just get out and cast Cloud Kill on his first turn on a group of enemies, that would make his summoning so worth it.
Yeah, that's a very powerful ability.
It's okay. Didn't realize we had a narc in our midst.
You didn't?
I did, I guess. I did.
It's his whole deal. He's just a different sort of narc. He's a little bit
Yeah.
sneakier than Gorkins.
I would have thought he was a little bit more discerning, but credit doesn't
Have you
know what-
seen his grill?
This fucking
His-
bright light while you're doing things. Light coming from.
The blackmail begins.
Oh my god.
Doing God's work.
It's just like a little flip.
There's like a dimmer. It's like I have like a bad tooth. You just go click, click, click. And there's 3 different modes.
He like turns
him-
the tooth in its socket, and that brightens or dims it.
Mhm.
I mean, that might be,
We might
Krennic
have actually
Rotharm
engineered that.
Adventures 2.0.
Yeah.
Dick, I'd like to think that you gave me not my own teeth back. You just had a bunch of other teeth, and you have some other plan for like Rotharm's old teeth somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's 100% what I was thinking
Yeah,
too.
100%.
Like,
I did not get my teeth back.
yeah,
like to
You
think
it's
didn't
that
specify you wanted your teeth back. I gave you better teeth.
I gave you better teeth.
You said
like to
you
think
wanted
that
better
you-
teeth.
Better, more stronger.
there's like a shark tooth in there. It's all
Chompier.
serrated.
Not the same teeth that don't light up.
Although I
and
can
then-
start researching a dark mode teeth for you.
teeth of
Teeth
darkness.
of,
Dark
the teeth of
moon
darkness.
teeth.
Yeah, the teeth of darkness.
Yeah.
It like
Um,
emits darkness in a cone
Maybe
in front of you.
maybe
Yeah.
a mechanism where you can rotate, or maybe you can just unscrew them and screw in darker color.
It's like the
Ooh,
remember the
Rather than
Modular
sliding
living
trees?
lighthouse.
I just wanted to remind you, Tick, that I've got like things for you. I've got folded paper with glowing spores. I've got the finger.
Oh, yeah, he's been
the
collecting all
teeth in
kinds
the
of stuff.
eye of an oni.
yes, yes. Hold on, let me
I'm,
let me find where the fuck on this thing. Oh yeah, monster components. There we go.
yeah. I can't remember if you wrote those down, but the
His Tick's monster
finger,
component storage getting full.
and
You might buy
eye.
an expansion.
Yeah, there's this weird the fingernail. Do you remember? Was that something, Kai?
Fingernail. Oh man,
Yeah.
where did you get a fingernail? Hang
All right,
on.
I just posted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I did write down the Oni stuff.
Okay, the
Translucent
fingernail.
fluid with a
translucent-
fingernail.
Wait, is it
That I
in
don't
a?
have.
This says
Is it in a
briny
vial?
Translucent. Yeah, it says a potion of
From
a
the
briny
Onis.
translucent fluid with a fingernail.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's a potion.
Okay.
You guys
Sounds
didn't.
like something Tick would have made.
Yes. Sample for the spider human hybrid. Yes, I did write these down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have that listed.
And then a
as...
folded paper with glowing spores, right?
Yeah, I have that one there.
Perfect.
Yeah, he posted it.
I'm removing stuff. I'm marking stuff as like removed.
Transferred.
Oh no, by all means, please. Like make sure I know. Because eventually it'll all make sense. I have so many monster components written all over this goddamn character sheet. It's
I've
great.
gotten really into poisons lately too.
I feel like I grabbed something for Tick also, but it all got
It would have been
disintegrated, so-
obliterated, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh, he would love this.
Oh, what a waste.
Um,
And Ham died too.
we'll just yeah.
I got better.
We'll say that you're
I
able
got
to
better.
just. Apparently, he did. That's a thing that can happen.
Ooh.
That's the potion with
You
the
die
nail in it.
again. Can I take a sample?
What is that?
Tick is able to he swirls it around and takes the taste and you know
It's cum.
Hanging.
Oh.
This is cum.
it's a potion of stone giant strength.
That's pretty good.
Interesting.
Is that
Yeah,
like
those are
15?
I think it's one that's like 22 or 4 or
Jesus.
something.
Oof.
For a minute, or how long?
I
a
need to look it up
while.
again. Hang on.
Longer than you think.
23 for 1 hour.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
10
Tick,
out of
Tick
10.
drinks that and becomes absolutely
Roided
shredded
the fuck up.
and like a foot taller.
Eat these fucking scones!
Yeah, just shoving them in people's mouth, crushing the fucking fruit. I need to like choke between my thighs.
Tick, did you get a haircut?
It's high and tight.
I think this is actually how big Tick really should be because they're only kobolds are only a couple
I
feet
am
tall.
small.
Wow.
Yeah, I should be about
small.
3
That's
feet
pretty
tall. Is
small.
like what the actually? Yeah. Oh, what's my height? I did write this down. I am 2 foot 3 inches tall.
Yeah, you
My goodness.
Oh
short
shit!
motherfucker.
Yeah, then that's exactly how tall you should be. I was gonna say like Krenna is
All right.
like
Because you're small, right? You're not.
I'm like 6
not-
foot
Yeah, I'm a
something,
small.
and I'm short for a dragonborn.
All right, let's see. Someone get on. You're 6 foot. There should be 3 of me.
yeah.
That looks about.
2, 3. Yes.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Tick, I
kobolds
didn't
are
realize
really
you were
tiny.
so small, buddy.
A little rat.
Yeah,
I'm a little guy.
I feel like I
Wait,
should be
where's Sart?
smaller.
Yeah,
Where's my son? Hold on.
yeah, because halflings are like 3 feet, maybe 3.5,
is-
right?
Yeah.
What does Ham look like shrunk?
Oh man,
This would be the cutest
Ah,
murder machine.
That's too
love it.
small.
that is
No, it's fine.
That's gnomish.
What the fuck?
Stab you in the dick.
perfect dick stabbing height.
It's on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Let's see. Is Sart?
for
Sart's a
reasonable
tiny.
viewing purposes, we're just gonna set him to medium.
Yeah.
I think things being stupidly small is hilarious. We'll do it.
Kai,
Yeah.
last Hail Mary for the evening for Credit in this
Still doesn't.
operation. This is lovely,
Fix it, but
lovely
no.
part of the
The
model.
pie goes too. Did that always
I know.
happen?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Wait, what happens to Rotharm's candles? Do those? Yeah, those move too.
They move,
Oh, wait
yeah.
a second.
But
Kai,
Rotharm falls
so-
on his back like a normal person.
heart should be
Yeah.
tiny.
I don't know why yours is. Yeah, there's no size smaller than this one though.
There's
Aw, damn.
it's
I was
really
hoping you could be like, can we make it even smaller? Can we
yeah,
get
make him like the
obnoxious?
candle.
It's really confusing when you're in Hero Forge. There's actually a way to like change like where your character's pointing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you have to go to purchase, and then like once you go to purchase, you can see there's an arrow on the
Yeah.
front of the base. But then you have to go back to pose to change like where that's pointing.
Yeah, I messed up on Gorkins, and like his forward is
Oh,
like
yeah.
not forward at
Yeah,
all.
so when you
Yeah,
like move your
aw.
token, he's facing sideways all the time.
Yeah,
you have
it's
to like
Hmm.
correct
real
it.
pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Glad
annoying.
he's fucking gone.
I knew there was something off about him.
Yeah, you definitely want to
lazy
make
eye.
sure if you're gonna use it in
Lazy eye.
Tailspire, definitely make sure
Fucking
that arrow is
giant
forward.
what is it, half elf? Yeah, he was a giant
Giant corn-fed half elf
Yep.
elf.
Something wrong
who
about
could
that boy.
swing a hammer like nobody's business.
He
Just
was a real Mack truck motherfucker.
and now
So many
he's
crits.
now hopefully he's out in the countryside banging some tiefling lady
Yeah.
who's also excited to be out of the business. I hope the best for them. That's what I want. I want T-shirts for the Sober Kobold this year, and I want a short story about Gorkins.
We're gonna have to
and Quiet.
catch up with.
Orkins falling in love with a stripper and then just living a happily ever
I
after.
fell in love with a
Yep.
stripper.
All right. Well, it's 11:30 ish.
Final question for you, Kai.
Yeah. Any
I had asked
closing?
Laryl Silverhand explicitly in the last episode
Hmm.
about any help she could give me in actually pursuing the ability to summon a demon.
Yeah. I was imagining that would be sort of like.
You could
rolled-
just turn me down. I just want to know what happened. That's all. It's my loose end.
No, like she cautions you that it's dangerous, but you wouldn't be the first. So obviously you know that.
Bitch, I know.
But that's something that you could we can say that you pursued that thread when you spoke with Vajra, and she could hook you up with some resources.
Okay.
So I don't know if do you want like a spell scroll, or are you actually like trying to learn the spell? It's like add it to your spell book kind of thing.
The end goal is to be able to add it to my spellbook,
Yeah, you can learn it from a scroll, can't you?
but I can learn it from a scroll. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Or
now I have
summon
an
Greater
enduring
Demon?
spellbook so that Kai can't just like burn it or something mean. He has to really try. I can't just fall in love with the next high elf I meet.
So 4th level spell. So I mean, yeah, just it's just gonna take the time and money for transcribing a level 4 spell. But
Okay.
you have access to their repositories.
Sick. And 3 days.
Vajra's
which
just
I-
like, just don't do it in here. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not doing it in there.
Maybe
Because
outside the city walls.
I've also in this intervening time I've had to learn the other spells from Kellum and Marta's spellbooks.
Yeah, so like total up however long it would take to do all of that. And then you guys can plan to we'll fast forward a bit and you can depart.
Okay. Their level
next time.
4 spells that I've had to learn from them have been okay, so I would have transcribed this. Rotharm gave me the Scroll of Sickening Radiance, so that would end up in the spellbook. And I actually have that one
Ooh, Sickening
prepared.
Radiance.
I know, it's good. I also have I got where's it? Ice Storm? Where's Ice Storm? Level.
Didn't you have like Blight on your to-do list? Was
Yeah,
that one?
I had Ice Storm and Blight were the other. Oh, and Tentacles, but like I don't see that. Oh, it's because I don't have those prepared. That's why I don't see them. Okay, they're in the spellbook, but I don't have them prepared. I have Black Tentacles and Ice Storm, but then the other spellbooks I have contain level 5 spells that I can't learn yet, like Cone of Cold, and I think there's one other one. So
So you're
whenever
gonna hold on to them.
yeah, I hold on because I had 4 spellbooks total from opponents, so I sold 2 of them, and I'm keeping 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Because
Man, you've just been hoarding spell books. They're worth so much money, but
I don't want to let them go.
yeah.
I need them. Let's see here,
they're
because
those rare Pokemans.
yeah, because they contain, one of them contains Cloud Kill and the other one contains Cone of Cold, and I want to learn both of those for level
So you can
at level 5.
kill Micro's character with them.
Son of a bitch.
When
Yeah.
when Aladar becomes the tyrant lord of Waterdeep.
Oh, you should know that he will be very easily controlled by Istrid, and it will not be him at all. Really, running everything.
Well, probably.
No, it's not killing. It's not killing Aladar that I'm worried about. It's killing Rotharm that I worry about.
Yeah, at some point, I wonder if this whole party will come to a head when they realize, like, fully who they're working for.
Well, it's not just that. It's that Rotharm is going to try to kill Rizarel, and I'm not going to see that coming at all. And I'm going to have to be like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Everybody stands in a circle and just starts taking off the mask. They're like, I was actually credit. And you take off your mask, you're like, I was actually dick.
Yeah.
Did anyone go as themselves?
Mm.
All right then.
Alrighty.
Do you have a like a course of action for when you head back into Undermountain?
We can't go back to
Kill everything.
Skullport. Skullport's
Get the
sealed
flag
off.
back.
Well, just from that one entrance, though.
So I think that
When
there will
you
be a
blew up
short
the other one.
discussion, with the hobgoblins, and then we will try to find level 4.
Aren't they
Which
next to Skullport?
They are.
Hobgoblin?
the what?
So you'd be going back first to speak with
Azrock
Azrock.
forces.
And probably also Rizaril because she's like on the way.
Well, I don't know about talking to Rizaril. I don't have to talk to Rizaril. That's not my responsibility. I don't think.
now.
No, Istrid should be able to talk to Rizaril. They're already in alliance. They should have a line of communication. The job I have been assigned is swaying the hobgoblin forces to join the Zents. I'm gonna try to do that.
Cool.
That will result in likely a solo convo with the Azrock's lady, who we still don't have the knife for, which I think we have to retrieve in order to gain trust before I can have that conversation. So I think honestly, if Krenit thinks about this logically, we are going to have to go Durgar hunting unless the hunt leads us to within the walls of Sundeth's forces inside the castle outside of Skullport, in which case I cannot really offer much. I think trying to fight our way through the castle in order to get a dagger of true sight is ridiculous. But there are some Durgars we can shake down in Skullport if we can get into Skullport, which I don't think we can. So I don't know where we're at right now.
Yeah, well, think about it. If anybody else has ideas, we can go over them next week.
And prep Kai on Discord.
And
Yeah, is there... Sorry, like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember the map.
definitely let me know if you have any zany ideas.
Wasn't there a waterway entrance to Skullport?
There is, yeah. So the on level 3, the river Sargoth flows through it, and you can go. You guys went on foot through the tunnels that pass through the Hobgoblin kind of stronghold. But yeah, you can take the river, which leads straight to Skullfort, which is a heavily garrisoned fortress that kind of like sits in the river.
This is the one that was a ways away, right? That has like the Duragar.
There are some of them, yeah. It's pretty much like all of Xanathar's auxiliary forces are garrisoned there. There's like, from what you've heard, hundreds of soldiers.
But we could probably wipe them out. No big deal.
And a wyvern riding general.
My guy.
No problem.
And it's bristling with siege weapons. So
no problem.
Yeah, a brazen frontal attack would probably go poorly. I don't know.
Suicide mission.
But yeah, yeah, you guys might have to spend some time maybe scouting it out and strategizing and see how you want to tackle that.
All right.
Or just go, straight for the head of the snake and go after Xanathar, but that's also a big gamble.
We would never do such a thing. Never.
Straight for the bad guy.
I mean, that's where the bad guy would be. They would never see it coming.
Yeah. I mean, I think Rothram would want to go talk to Maloon. I forgot the guy's name already, about the hunter guy.
Ziraj. I think I can add. Yeah. There we go. Added the name to the picture up above.
Can you put that in handouts by any chance? Because that would definitely get lost in my dumb shit.
Yeah, fair enough. But okay.
He's very like Urukai.
Yes. Yeah, like the Urukai commander. He's still a little more civilized. He's got like nice boots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll conclude tonight's session, unless anybody has any other last minute things they want to take care of that can't wait till next week.
Nope.
I'm good.
Thank you, Kai.
Everybody ready to roll? Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. GG.
GG, y'all.
Yeah, that was fun.